Hello. Welcome back to some Shadowrun Hong Kong. Let me just quickly do something. There we go, that's better. Welcome back. Again, this is interesting. This is funny to me. Specifically to me. So, if you know way back when, way back when I first started streaming, the first series that I ever did on my Thursday streams was Shadowrun Returns. And now, a year later, I'm doing Shadowrun Hong Kong on a Thursday stream, the day out, like a couple days after my first year of streaming. And that's entertaining to me. But yeah, no, we're just gonna jump right back into it, where we just finished the museum run and got a bit more information about. We got a bit more information about what's happening. Yeah, we got a bit more information about what. Sorry, that was wire is messing up a bit, but we got a bit more information about what was happening with our Eugene Arcada. Yeah, we got. Whoa, no. We got a bit more information. We're gonna get some rest, then we're gonna do the Decacon mission. We spent our money, it seems. Let's check our computer because we need to see if we get any new messages. We gotta talk to our crew is a big thing. I don't think there's anyone else that we need to talk to around here. We do need to work on getting a better deck. Because while our deck is a bit out of date, we got a fairly good drone now. He's a good boy. Lynx. But yeah, luckily with this build I'm doing, once we're probably gonna get enough money for everything else we need. It's just gonna take some time and some consideration to begin with. We're going to talk to everyone in our group, and then we're going to get some bed. Check your inbox for new messages. Auntie Shen and Joseph. Hey Seattle, I think I can add a little context to the things between Auntie Shen and Joseph Sang. You know, the thing that makes Auntie hit the source and take revenge. This is a combo of stuff I heard and stuff I put together myself, so your mileage may vary. For years, the Yellow Lotus acted as tax collectors within Walled City, since Walled City was built by Joseph Sang, and the Yellow Lotus was run by Auntie Shen. They must have had a working business relationship, for a while at least. From what Nightjar told me, he was her favourite. You got that right. Auntie was known for a real was known as a real up and comer back then. She was fast tracked to get the next Yellow Lotus 438. That's a real big gig, Seattle. Money and power galore. Now you need to know that where they're. Okay, well we're messing up reading. That's going to bode well for the rest of the stream. Now you need to know that there were a lot of triads and corps doing biz in Walled City. All the sorts of stuff. Something that work. Sometimes they work together nicely, and sometimes people get bloodied. The way that I heard it, Auntie came up with some sort of grand plan to correlate business in the Walled City. The power would be a split between the Yellow Lotus and Sang's company, and everyone else would get cut out. If her plan worked, Auntie would rise in the Lotus like nobody's business, and Joseph Sang would make a long bank. There was a catch, though. In order for the plan to work, both women would need to jump through a lot of hoops. There'd be street-level maneuvering and power plays on Auntie's side, and blackmail and negotiation on corporate level from Joseph Sang. My info gets sketchy here. From what I've picked together, Sang went behind Auntie's back and took a plan to her boss, a 43A named Wong Lun Fat. They cut kindly out of her own plan. Why did Sang do this? My guess is that she saw Auntie as some sort of threat. People in the know say Wong Long Fat is weak and greedy. She can be manipulated if her palm remains well greased. Long story short, power was considered in World Sea, just like Angie planned. Only she didn't wind up getting any of it. Her climb up the Lotus ladder came to her abrupt toll, and she's still a straw saddle, just like she was before Zhang's backstabbing her. And now she's stuck in Huoi, like a fly in amber. I'd be pissed off too if that was me. Thank you, Goblet, for that information. Check out Shadowrun BBS, search for relative keywords. We got quite a bit of post-pay data. We're going to be posting both our pay data here. So, looking for a decker. Looking for experienced decker for discreet milk run, low-level corporate lab. Potential for a long-term arrangement. We're a team that's been together for a long... Have we already read these? We're a reliable, fixed, and long-term client. You must have experience, Sims. You must be a good sense of humor. When you looking for... Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay. When you looking for a decker a while back, I saw your ad, and I was wrapped up a one-time run with an old partner who moved away. I'd be interested in meeting. Isn't Muffin Top Ninja your physical adept? Did someone call my name? Hey, MTN. Long time no beer. We gotta catch up, Sensei. Bring me on as your decker. I guess the kid who answered you last didn't work out. That's an understatement. I think we can count on you to not consume any drugs during the run, mostly specific drugs that were part of the payload. Fatal experimental drugs that were part of the payload. Ouch. That's not even a rookie error, it's just a lack of common sense. A real shame that. Anyway, I'm glad you're on board runs. We're not gonna have a problem with you. Okay, cool. Okay, I was like, wait, I've seen this ad before. Want to trade eyes, we'll take anything. I acquired a huge supply of cutting-edge cybernetic eyes. My fence did a runner, so I've got eyes up to my eyeballs, as it were. Make me an offer. They've got a whole 9 yards, 2010 vision, camera, low light, thermographic modes, one size fits all, sold in pairs only box set. Colors brown, blue, violet, hazel, green flaked with gold, chrome, and you gotta install them yourself. Trade you a Ranger Arms SM3, comes with a matching briefcase. Deal, message me. Can I swap you my old cyber eyes for new set? Seriously, anything but that. Can I buy one blue and one brown eye? No, but you can buy 2 pairs. Sheesh. Oh my god. Uncle Shee's house, or whatever. I didn't read that. If anybody has a hankering to go to Uncle Shee's house of pork in Tayo, I can only say one thing. For love of all that's holy dough. I haven't been able to leave my house in 2 days. The only reason I can even post here is because the RAS overrides my deck. What did you eat? Maybe it was just you unlucky. All I had there was some sumo and ribs. That's pretty basic and hard to mess up. Unlucky is when I get a bad orange at the market. This isn't unlucky. This is something else. This is some kind of vile gastrointestinal sorcery. Oh my god. Oh my god, I only had that once. I still have nightmares. It felt like I'd eaten a wasp nest. And wasps were made of rusty razors. And also on fire. I thought I was being clever by getting the pulled pork sandwich when I ate that. Nope. The size of the basically being a pile of coagulated sludge and the bread being moldy. It was a week before I could hold down anything more solid than congene. What are you? Are you a bunch of children? Yeah, the kitchen is dirty, but I've had it dozens of times, and not even got sick. Grow up and learn to eat adult food. Oh my god, Ratstar. Wait a second. Aren't you the kind of person who was raving about food cart on the corner of Kimberley and Observatory? You told me that you get yuzu glazed horse triple. Yeah, how do you like it? It's pretty good, huh? It'd be good, you mean the consistency of tar and tires, yes. This might actually be Gobbo thinking about it. The triple must have been a week or old, and I'm pretty sure I smeared rot once an internal crust blasted off. Take notes, the use of the device on food is not to be trusted. Oh god, reading that actually made me push past the RAS overdrive. Now my deck is covered in vomit. Thanks guys, I mean it. Nothing I love more than being sick and disgusting. We'll see embezzlement history. I'm uploading another World Series report. This is an old one just from after they built it. I ended up digging through the history of the place. It's archival paint text. Thank you, Isabel. Thank you. Isabel, Closet Press, Hong Kong desk. I wonder, Sang Machine Services, Shang was again accused of a joint lawsuit headed by Worksing Inc. of embezzling hundreds of millions of new yen during the project construction of Wall City low-income housing project. So I'm pretty sure the actual historical Wall City was destroyed in Shadowrun, like in our timeline, then rebuilt, which is very weird. You could have just had it start. The world had already become like really weirdly started to slip into cyberpunk before the actual destruction of Wall City, not real life in Shadowrun's timeline. The plaintiffs filed an official complaint on Monday, stating that the contracts had been heavily pressured by Zhang to keep cheap construction techniques, or kickback graph and misrouting of funds, has caused several hundreds of millions of yen to vanish. Okay, so this is after the magic and stuff came back. Zhang's legal team strenuously objected to the accusation, citing lack of proof in the corporation's own damaged fortunes. Legally, the legal team spokesman Li Kuai-shan had this to say: "The Walled City contrast was a disaster for my client. The project was sabotaged at every turn by the union activists and competing corporations. TMS struggled heroically to complete the project despite the interference. Dear God, corporations." Yes, it was the union's fault. Oh my god. These parties have now added insult to injury by fabricating charges and blah 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 words based on the very obstacles which they themselves create. This has truly become the theatre of the absurd. Is it true? According to the Coruscant Press financial graduates Xion, it seems unlikely. Zhang has struggled financially since the Walled City project. Shang stocks, ticker symbol TNQ, Hong Kong and Tokyo exchanges, is traded around 40% at its peak, which it reached just after receiving the Walled City contract 4 years ago. Although investigations have indirect there's evidence possible misconduct, no misappropriate funds have been found, and CEO Joseph Sang recently sold her Victorian Peak estate, citing financial difficulties. If TMS or Sang family have been benefited from the stolen Walled City funds, they're not showing it. Miss Sang could not be reached for comment. Huh. I always thought Zhang's rocket to success on the back of Wall City. They sure trumpeted that in their PR. Yep, it's a brilliant piece of historical revisionism. Wall City was a huge loss of face at the time, but somehow they rebranded the whole fiasco as in the last couple of decades. Maybe the underbidding made them seem like a real sucker and brought most contracts. Isabel, I find the fact that you posted a financial article to be charming. Why Prism? Did you just hit on Izzo? Izzo? Is zero? Is zero? Izzo? Amato's gonna skin you. No, that's just WP. He's incredible. He's incapable of flirting. Would you date a woman named Amonanta and then trying to be charming? Then try and charm someone else on BBS? WP is just an agromancer with a poor social filter. You two must have an interesting relationship. Oh my god. Let's just say we radically complement each other. Oh, that's sweet. Go back. Job directory. Claim payment. You submit finishes away for a response. A few minutes later, a message pops up on the screen. Mr. JQ, well done, I've attached a payment you owe. I trust that you'll keep quiet about that. What happened was liberating Lou's Little Museum. I'll come directly, I'll collect the books from Dr. Kani Shen shortly. Review, okay, cool. We don't have any pending drops. Okay, so we just got our money, so we could go see if we can buy, let me see my stats. I am out in Karma, dear god, what did I spend these on? Probably down here. Yeah, I'm still on. I do want to see if I can get, a better deck. Let's go see that. Let's see if we can get a better deck. Hey Maxim. Law is speaking into the air as you approach. He buckles goggles flash under an unusual device array of corrugated lights. Yo, T0, I gotta go, man. This is the cat I was telling you about. Damn, not Fox. Just was wine softly into excellence. Eugene, that's what's going on. Have you been up to? Oh, don't do that. Play things quiet. Wait, were you just telling someone about me? Don't worry, T0 is a wampo. He's cool. He's cool like a refrigerator. Can I hook you up with anything today? I've got some mad here for you. Yo, tell me what you got. The network runs on information. The recent heist of Emperor's Tomb, the one under construction, had a specific target: books. Really? Indeed, there was some sort of ancient text, probably sorcery, and awakened monsters had invaded the tomb. Whoa, are you serious? That's nuts. Lil slaps his thighs for answers. Boom, more proof of my theory. The Kong is done. I give it 2 years tops before the demons or something eat everybody. Let's see what I got for you. Grab a program. Here's my surplus stock. Lord grabs the bin and slams it down in front of you. Check this out. We got a medic one. I don't know if we got decrypt. I don't know if we got sniffer. If we got a duplicate, we can just pay it from you again. My pleasure, hang metal, you Eugene. Lord beams silently. A little metal is like fresh mum reef defragment. It makes my whole day better. Okay, I'm here for tech. Show me what we got. Sell items. Do I actually have decrypt? Not bad. Kill drawing. Okay. I forgot I have this. I'm not selling that. That's really good. Okay. Owned. That's a bit out of my price range. That's way out of my price range, but I really want it. Sell. How much is my equipment? Yeah, that's not gonna give me enough. That would give me enough, but do we just wait? Outfits gives me more armor, but not really what I want right now. Consumables. We could get more of the programs, but I kind of just want to get. See, you gotta go. Okay, well, watch your back and shoot straight. Law grins at you, dexterous fingers at hand side. Shadowruns give each other involvement. Yeah, gotta do so. Okay, so let's quickly look at what we got. Because soon we're going to be reaching flight Excalibur levels, which is insane. We're still going to be reaching flying drones soon, as flash drones. Which I'd rather, we could save up our new yen for, to be fair. Actually, let me show. That's a Nova Simcast, which is more expensive than a Flux Light. It's way better as well. Actually, its IP is a bit worse. Which I'm assuming is on the same level as the. We're gonna work on that basically. We don't need to look at drones right now. We're fairly good on our drone boys. We're gonna basically save money for something else. We'll talk to those guys down there before we leave. But let's go talk to Duncan first. Let's go Duncan, Isabel, Gobbert, then the two down in the basement. You enter to find Wu standing on the floor silently. One hand is held rigidly on his hip, the other is flexing and unflexing again and again. He notices you. He nods and goes back to his caged panther routine. Was he on the last run? He would tell us if he's not. Okay, you remember the Matrix movie where he snuck in that one time? The one where the mummy took over Chicago. Tamari Reborn. Yeah, that's an old favorite. He nods. That's for one. Completely freaked me out. I slept with the dumpster lid shut for a week. What a pleasure it was to go in the run that brought back such horrendous memories. I still can't believe you made a deal with that thing. I mean, it was a mummy, Yang. You don't make deals with mummies. He cradles his head. Fuck, I can't even believe I just said that. I didn't know that Shadowrun has dealt with crap like this. Yeah, I can't say I'm a fan, Yang. Not even a little bit. Anyway, anything you need? Gonna wear a hole in the floor, like that way. Wu keeps pacing. Need anything? Are you gonna be okay? Yep, just trying to maintain. Pacing helps. Been thinking about Joseph Sang, what she did to our family, what she did to Carter. His pace increases a bit, and his tusks ran forward slightly. Joseph Sang, goddamn Joseph Sang. Don't fixate on her, Wu. Don't try and lecture me, Yang. And this isn't about being fixated. I'm focused. You heard Clive Lee Shen. This woman is ruthless, and if we don't have our own evidence for that, don't we? She hurt me. Now the old Duncan is coming out to play. Wu's eyes smolder. Here's what we need to do. We talk to Sangs, we walk into Hang's headquarters, ask for the boss, and when she comes down, we grab her and take her somewhere quiet, and ask her why she had Carter and this run is killed. Find out what happened to Raymond, whether he's dead or alive. What happens next is up to her. Kidnap a member of Hong Kong's exclusive council while there's an APB out on us. It's bold, they'll never see it coming, but this is way to go, my way. My way, Duncan. Yeah, my way. The only way it is gonna go. He catches himself, understanding appears in his eyes. Oh crap, that's what Ray used to say. Raymond Black, our beloved director. No questioning his rules. No falling short in his expectations. It's his way or the wrong way. Raymond could be pretty harsh when we didn't live up to his standards. Oh man, you think? You remember what happened a few years after we moved out of that squat and into his house? The things that doubled Harry and Lockjaw when he accused us of relapsing back into our old ways? Man, that was Ray's authority finally got tested. His raspy red tone is tinged with satisfaction when I finally stood up to him. I'm just reading these things. I'm just trying to think which one I actually want to take. Which one do I take? I would say Yep. The way he handled that was part of the reason I left. He just wouldn't listen. I thought that might have been a part of it, but to be fair, I wasn't listening either. That was our pattern, wasn't it? I wouldn't listen, he wouldn't listen, and then we butted heads. Rinse and repeat every few weeks. He smiled, but was fringed with regret. But that time was worse. His face settles into an expression of resignation. Okay, Miss Shen, we don't have to do things my way. No need for us to butt heads. He stretches and you can hear his joints crack. Oh, and on that note, I'm gonna have to ask you to clear out. It's been a long day. I'm getting a feeling that they're all gonna be long days. Yeah, I'm getting that feeling too. Anyway, have a good night, Yang. I'll catch you tomorrow. Okay, upstairs we go. Hey Isabel, what's up? We didn't take you on this run, did we? Oh, she's in the Matrix. The avatar flickers on the screen. I saw you set my offer. That was the right choice, you see. I'm ready to make a run on Decacon wherever you are. Nice avatar, it looks good on you. Isn't it? I've spent months customizing this avatar. It feels more real than my own skin. You feel at home in the Matrix, don't you? You look happy in there. I suppose it's a comfortable thing. As long as I'm jacked in, I can be whatever I want, whoever I want to be, whatever I want to be. Out there in meat space, I usually feel uncomfortable in my own skin. The avatar offers you a lopsided smile. I'd probably just live in here if I could. Sounds nice, doesn't it? It'll never happen. I know, of course I was joking, but truth be told, I do spend most of my time out there, wishing I was back in here. You're a Decker, you must know what I'm talking about, the freedom of it. It's hard to live in a cage of meat when you know how sweet it feels to leave your body behind. Isabel was a normal last run? I gotta go. Sure, drop by anytime. Okay, so we can just repeat conversations. This game doesn't have new conversations every time. I at least hope not, because dear God, we can talk to a rigger for a long time. Goblet looks up from a hot plate and sounds as he approaches. Smile crosses his face. She raises an eyebrow and gestures to the cabinet around you. You know, the bolt hole has been really shaping up over the past few days. With all the work I've been putting into it, she's starting to feel like a real home. Anyway, enough about the boat. She puts her hands on her hips, sending madness scurrying. Ready for your next lesson, or do you just want to chat? I'm ready for my next lesson. Yeah, she smiles. That's good. I was hoping that you'd want to keep going with this. It's good for you. I'm kind of enjoying it too. Goblet runs her hand through a knotted rope of hair, a contemplative look on her face. A moment later, she turns to attention back to you. Brain. Alright, this is going to be another long story, so I think we should take in chunks. If you got any questions, you can ask me along the way, and if you need to take a break, we can come back to it. Sounds good? Sure, sounds good. We've got to do it all in one go. Let's go. Good. So last time I told you about the event that brought an end to my illustrator's career as a subcontractor. This time I'm going to tell you about a run that I went on with my regular team. This when you started running with Isabel? No, this was long before Iz hit the streets as a runner. We were friends and everything, but she was still learning to deck back then, and she was good for her age, but she wasn't ready for prime time. You don't know anyone from the group that I'm talking about. They're all gone now anyways. Sorry. Thanks, but it's alright. When you run in the shadows, losing people is a occupational hazard. She offers a lopsided smile. As Shadowrunners, we're disposable assets. It shouldn't come as a surprise when we get used and tossed away. Same way in the Barrens. Here today, it's gone tomorrow. Yeah, you know how it is. People die, and it's sad, but there's no sense in moping about it. Tell me about the team you're running with. Sure. She extends a hand, and then she counts her teammates on her fingers. Amanda scurries down her sleeve and patches on her forearm. One muscular dude was a Hawaiian Jew with poor impulse control. Big round guy with lumberjack arms and ringlets in his hair. He called himself Honyu? Honyu. I guess he loved turtles. I don't know, street names are weird. We had a tech specialist, Egert. Well, she was tall, gawky, dyed hair, bone right. She had drones named Alro that followed her around like lost puppies. She was kind of a jack of all trades, but she could get the job done. Fun at pies too. Our de facto leader was a guy named Sui. He was a wily troll, if you can imagine that. Probably about a 2% body fat, all skin and bones. Walked with a hunch to make him look himself smaller. He was a shaman, followed Ra, like me. That sounds like an interesting group. It was, but then everyone I've worked with has been interesting in his or her own way. As a rule, shadowrunning isn't a profession that attracts boring people. That's true. That's... How did you meet this group of yours? A few mutual friends. We actually all lived together before we decided to start running as a team. There was this floating squatter commune out in the Hong Kong Bay. It's probably still out there, actually. I haven't looked back in a long time, but I spent a few years living on that thing. The rest of the team lived with me. Living on a raft? Yeah, basically, we called it the sinking ship. It wasn't much to look at. Just a whole bunch of shipping containers, all bloated together into a great floating brick. Wasn't much of a comfortable place. It wasn't the most comfortable place I've ever lived, but the price was right and the company was good. Tell me more about the sinking ship. I'm actually interested. Let's hold off on that for a bit, okay? I'd like to get through the rest of the story before we spend time on the raft. After your lesson 0, I'll tell you whatever you want to know about the commune. But for now, I'd rather not get sidetracked. Okay, I think I've got a grasp of the team's dynamic. Keep going. Okay, I'm just go off with. We might be here for a while. Alright, moving on. So one day, Stewie brings us a job. He's met a client in Victoria Harbour, a rich Eastern Tiger exec. We got... pardon me. The guy wants us to steal something from him, a shiny object. She raises her hands. I know, it's stupid, right? But that's how the Johnson described it to us, of a shiny object. That's what he wanted us to get. He never gave it any other name. So, alright, so what will the client tell you about this thing? He gave us a physical description. We were supposed to look for a chunk of red jade about the size and shape of an ostrich egg and a mirror-polished surface with gold wire inlays. He said it was it would have a paper charm hanging off it, few talismans, Taoist sorcery stuff. We weren't supposed to touch those. Yes, I'm pretty sure you're not meant to touch those. If I remember what those talismans actually are used for in Taoism. The client told us about the shiny object. Then the owner, an old hedge wizard turned entrepreneur, Kong Zaizan, a hedge wizard. She nods. He had the whole wise sage thing going on. He had robes, a little hat, a kindly smile, and a piece de resistance, a long wispy beard. He was mean as a snake, though. He had a rep, and had a rep to prove it. Intel said that the old man Zaizan was keeping the shiny object in one of his warehouses. He had a bunch of them. He had built himself a nice little empire selling magical paraphernalia through puppet vendors in the Yamata night market. Supposedly a good fifth of the souls in that place were on Zayan's payroll. Keep going. Yeah, God, keep going. So we decided to case the warehouse for a couple of nights before run. Do some redcon, took some notes. From what we'd seen, we're pretty sure that Zayan Cat was keeping our payday in a vault area at the very back of the building. Scurry was pretty heavy though. He was paying a local triad for protection, and he kept a lot of his boys on staff. Susie was more the one that came up with a plan. We'd split up outside the entrance to a warehouse in 2 teams. Team A would create a version, Team B would hit the vault, while Scurry was looking the other way. We'd grab our payday, regroup, and get the hell out of there. I'm gonna go with the last one. In my experience, splitting the group is almost always more trouble than it's worth. I'd agree with you if we were going to expect a straight up fight, but as a Shadowrunner, you should almost never want to get into one of those. When you're on the job, you're always going to be outnumbered and outgunned. Going quiet is inherently safer than going loud, and if splitting up the group is what it takes to do that, she shrugs. Anyway, Team A, Honyu and Iga circled around to the loading dock just as we planned. Sui and I waited in the service entrance. We didn't have to wait long. A couple of minutes in, we heard the ungodly crash, then another and another. As it turned out, Iga had rigged into Zui's network to automatically the network of automatic forklifts. She had sent 6 of them running amok in the loading dock, chasing down workers, crashing themselves into anything that marked as fragile. Next time we're on a run with a loading dock and remind me about the forklift trick. It's awesome, right? A dreamy smile spreads across her face. Iga really outdid herself. I wish that I could have been there to see that. Iga's distraction did what it was supposed to. As Sui and I watched, most of the Triad guys' service entrance abandoned their post and went hauling off towards the loading dock. A couple of guys with baseball bats stayed behind, but we handed them easily. We slipped inside and made a beeline for the back of the warehouse where the shiny object was supposed to be. Let me guess, something went wrong. No, actually, it was there, just as we had thought it'd be. The door was open and everything. The shiny object was sitting there in a teak kettle, gleaming with a reflection of light, just like the client had said. It had a ring of Taoist talismans hanging off it, like a grass skirt. The paper all crinkled with age. We did not waste any time. Reached and grabbed the stuff. It felt strange through my gloves. The jade sort of pulsed as if it had a heartbeat. That sounds ominous. Yeah, tell me about it. I wanted to drop the thing, but it was our payday, so I slipped into my sash instead. I couldn't get the flap to close quickly enough. The package was secured. Sue and I turned to hightail out, and then things went to shit. Did the shiny object do something unpredictable? No, not the shiny object, the old man Zayin. He was standing there, right in front of us, larger than life. I'm guessing when he heard the commotion in the loading dock, he came running, well, waddling to make sure his treasure was safe. As it turned out, it wasn't because I'd already stolen the thing. He looked displeased. What did you do? What do you think we did? We had our backs to it all. We let the old bastard up. It was pretty epic, truth be told. Spirits were summoned, spells were discharged, the vault doors sealed behind Zanyan, like something out of a movie. At this point, the old man leapt onto Suyi's back and tried to bite his ear off. I won't bore you with play-by-play on how the fight went down. In the end, we crushed him. Unfortunately, the fight had caused some collateral damage. At this point, our showdown with Zayen, the control panel for a vault must have eaten an arc of lightning or blast of powerball. It was toast, all black and melted. Neither of us could fix it. That sounds bad. It was bad. I had our payday in my stash, and we were stuck in a vault, and it was only going to matter of time before the old man's remaining security guys found us in there. There was only one way out, a ventilation duct up in the higher rafters, but it was too small for Sui to fit through. He was a troll after all. I had the shiny object, but if I left Sui down there and got the security guard, well, you do the maths. So here's the conundrum. I've got a payday in my satchel. The team is split up. It's inevitable that more of the Triad 49ers are going to find us, but we don't know when or how many. Iga and Hon are holding their own in loading dock for now. I can stay with Sue to help them fight off the inevitable wave of Triad 49ers. But we're badly outmatched, like badly. The odds of survival aren't looking good for you or us. If Iga weren't pinned down in the loading dock, she could probably get the vault door open, but in order to get her, we'd have to leave Sue alone in the vault. If Cyan's reinforcements find Sue before I get back with Iga, well, she uses a thumb and draws it across her neck. So here's a scenario, Slough. Not a lot of work with, I know. Tell me what I should do. Let me read this. Stuck was out trying to show off reinforcements until Honey can free themselves up to come help. Well, you got a dangerous magic artifact in your pouch. I'd use that. Take a gamble and go for Eager on the plan. You paid out, I cut my losses, and I don't know. Yeah, you don't bail on your team. I'm gonna go with dangerous magic artifact. She nods, unsmiling. That's the most stylish answer, isn't it? Just audacious enough to be a fun. It popped in my head right there and then, as it did for you. So what I did, no hesitation, just made it happen. It's almost like Sui had been waiting for me to pass him the thing. He seemed eager to take it. He hugged the chunk of rock to his chest like a newborn baby. Colours swarmed in the stone, and the thing changed in his eyes. Then the old man's cyanides breached the door and Sui unleashed hell. She paused, frowned, stopped scratching Folly, and used her hand to rub her eyes. Finally she turns back to her. A sour pinches her features. What went down in that room? Well, I've only seen that kind of carnage a couple of times in my life, and I've been running for the shadows for years. Those tried men were turned to scrapes by the end of it. Don't think I'll ever forget the sounds they made. She clears her throat. Spent most of the fight huddled in a corner for my own safety. What Zhao let loose from the stone didn't seem terribly interested in distinguishing friend from foe. What do you mean by that? Did he summon a hostile spirit or something? Something like that. Truth be told, I don't know what they were. Like I said, I was hiding, but he couldn't have done it. He couldn't have done it without the shiny object. Not in a million years. Whatever they were, they rocked. The rock brought them there. So what happened then? She shrugs. Wait for things to calm down in the vault, and the thing to do, and things to go slithering away. I think Zoo had limited control over them, which is why they didn't eat us. Then we were gone. Sue gave me the shiny object bag, I put my statue on, and we bailed. We collected the others on our way out. They were blissful of ignorance about what happened on the other side of the warehouse. I didn't see a reason to change that. We hightailed it back to the docks, and caught the first boat back to the sinking ship. Mission accomplished. Gobbler looks away, staring off into space. And what I'm told, people still avoid Zion's warehouse like a plague. It's supposed to be haunted, even to this day. People who set foot in that building keep up turning bad. Pretty sure I'm one of the only living people who knows why. Abruptly, her body language changes. Anyway, that's lesson over. If you got questions, go ahead. Gobbler, what is the point of this story? I'm trying to find a moral here. There was one when I started telling it, and I thought I was going to tell you to be comfortable with breaking rules. I don't think I'm going to say that now. Although, I'm not feeling it anymore. Why not? At least your team made it out of the run alive. It didn't stay that way for long. But let's leave that until next time, huh? I don't want to get into it just now. Can you tell me about the sinking ship? Yeah, sure. The story's over, so we can get on to that. I moved on to the sinking ship when I was just a kid. I think I was like 12, maybe 13 years old at the time. In the beginning, it was just me and a couple of rare shaman friends, Camundus and Maneva, and they were older, but they were always cool to me. Did your friends build the raft? No way. Comus probably could have, but he didn't. He and Maneva appropriated it from the former owners. There were a team of Shadowrunners that had lived on the thing before us, but they bit on our job. Cad and Mel heard the knock-on for opportunity, and they claimed the raft for rat in record time. Taking over a sinking ship wasn't an easy job, mind you. The previous owners had installed traps and automated defenses all over the raft. Cad had his hands full for a couple of months. If I was in your shoes, I'd take in the raft too. She nods decisively. Damn straight. The traps weren't even that big deal for Cad and his sister that worked on them. They disarmed most of the real bad stuff, made the deck safer to lounge around on. The biggest problem was the scalding charges. Runners who built the raft had installed those explosives all along the perimeter that would rip the bottom out of the thing if it was ever seized by the police. The explosives were tricky to deal with. Cad was able to disarm them, but he had to leave them where they were. It was also just slightly uncomfortable knowing that if I slept over the top of a couple 100 pounds of dormant explosives. Yeah, I can't blame you there. She shrugs. Yeah, like I said, it was free. There wasn't even any rules to follow, which suited me fine. Maneva was a sort of leader to our little nest, but we never really listened to her. She was always trying to play the mum card, installed a sense of responsibility into us. It was cute. She did have a prosperity for getting things done, though, and I'd give her that. Anyway, after a few months, other people started showing up, squatters, homeless people, Shadowrunners, and sort of crazies. As long as they stayed cool with us, we were cool with them. Eventually, it became a community. Imagine that. Think you would end up squatting in the bolt hole because of your time in the sinking ship? I don't know, maybe. I've never really thought about it before, but yeah, maybe. A corner of mouth goes upwards. I guess I'm on water right now. Let's take a break and come back to this later. Of course, like I said, it's a long story. So is there anything else you want to talk about? Any thoughts about the last run? Goblet positively vibrates with excitement and claps her hands together with a huge grin. God damn, Goblet, why are you just the best? That was awesome. Think about it. We broke into some rich jerk's manor house, stole his artifacts so they could go to a museum, and we fought mummies. If that's not the plot of some triad blockbuster, I don't know what is. I'm not sure what I think about the mummy's trinket though. I've never had a dead person owe me a favor before. I'm not even sure how that works. Be careful when you use that trinket. As long as he does what what we tell him to do, that's pretty awesome. But if the trids taught me anything, it's that mummies are always waiting for an excuse to run around cursing everybody. So, what else do you want to chat about? That's all for now, Goblet. Hey Seattle, sorry about a lesson ended up being a little unfocused at the end. I'm not really sure what came over me. This is cool, don't worry about it. Well, I still feel bad about it. So, look, I'll make you a deal. Your next lesson will definitely be on point, and I'll tell you what it's about up front. No more questions and answers sessions. How does that sound? Fine by me, Gobbet. Catch you next time. She waves next time. Gobbet's cool. Gobbet's real cool. She's an interesting character, but like, here's the thing, like, Duncan, Isabel, and Richard are just interesting due to their like mental issues and their like deep character flaws. Our buddy Gobbet is just interesting because she adjusts up her personality more so than anything. My friend, there is something that I would like to discuss. Something related to the Ares run that you recently accepted. You recall my story about my former colleagues Taylor and Hargard, the ones that stole my research. They work at our facility. If the auto repair circuits that they took from me still exist, they are there. I need you to bring me on the run to retrieve them. Of course, you'll be the first man on the train when we head out. Thank you, my friend. I will not regret this decision, guaranteed. Yeah, I always take you along, Richo. What are you talking about, buddy? Rakta's shop is curiously silent. As you sat down onto the granite metal floor, the sound of your own footsteps vibrates through the echo chamber of the converted engine room. Welcome back, my friend. He leans across his desk, against his desk. Is there anything I can do for you? Quiet night in the shop, huh? Ah, yes, a quiet night. He takes a drag on a cigarette. One of the best suited for contemplation, planning, and visions of the future. Care to pick up on where you last left off? He smiles, widens, light gleams off his strong, sharp teeth, leaving him a predatory appearance. If you like, I must confess that I'd rather enjoy our little talks. It's good for me to have some soundboard to bounce off of ideas. It's funny, I thought we were friends. I get the sarcastic joke from that. Agreed. Yeah, no, we'll go. That's funny. I thought we were friends. We are. Please forgive me. My choice of words offended you. It's not intentional. I am by nature a solitary creature. I must confess that I sometimes forget how interactions with others work. I was trying to be sarcastic, game. God damn it. Kyoshi skulls from the mechanical part of the wavering. Its motions are as alien as its charged menace as it's ever been. Rita glares at the machine and it takes a step back. He returns his attention for his smile. But enough of the Muslim talk. You had a question for me? Go ahead and ask them, please. I'll answer them wherever I can. You said that you sometimes forget how to interact with people? An indiscrepancy of mine, I suppose. When I got lost in my own head, relating to others becomes difficult. He smiles apologetic. It's nothing personal, just a quirk that I occasionally struggle to hide. I know the feeling. Sometimes I can barely feel like a visitor from another planet. I can barely remember. I can barely remember how to talk. That is a feeling. Yes, you summed it up quite nicely. Last time we talked, you hinted Kyoshi being special in some way. I want to hear the full story. Yes, I figured you might. Tell me, have you noticed anything unusual about Kyoshi in the times that we have worked together? Let me just read this. Weird one. He reacts to your moods. It's weird. He's almost like an animal than is a drone. He nods, his lips pursed. Yes, a good observation. Kyoshi's behavior could be described as animalistic, and for a good reason. And what you want to tell me that reason is? The drone loads itself into a killing spree. Ragnar looks at the drone, his head cocked, then he returns his gaze to you. His behavior is not drone-like because he is not a drone, at least not in the way that you would understand. He is a... Okay, Prospheus? So that's fierce. So, like, the belief in God, fierce, I think that is. So, Prospheus. Prospheus? I want to say Prospheus, but that's not Prospheus. Explain. And the principle is very simple. You can think of him as a cyberlim, if you will. He may be separate by distance, but he is joined to me as surely as a replacement leg is to its wearer. Hang on, are you telling me you're always rigged into your drone? Not on a conscious level, no, but on a subconscious, yes. I like the size difference in our drones. And also, mine's just vibrating. Look at the boy. There's a constant two-way stream of data flowing between my brain and his systems. When he takes a step, I can feel it tingle in my spine. When he turns into flesh, I can feel the satisfaction. We are one single entity in two bodies, metal and flesh made one. You're really gonna have to explain that. Kyoshi acts as a home for my primal animal impulses, the id, to use Freud's structure of a model of psyche. The analytic portions of my mind, the ego and superego, live on in me. They govern the id and by extension Kyoshi's behavior. When we're on a run, I rig into Kyoshi, I do not command him to attack, rather I loosen my grip on his reins and allow him to kill. He wants to hunt, to dominate, to bathe himself in the blood. Reproductions would also be a drive if such a thing was possible. Reproduction would be also a drive if such things were possible. If you were killed, Kyoshi would what? Run amok? He nods. He juggles. No, my friend, of course not. Kyoshi is not capable of storing any other human mind. He simply does not have the capability of it. If I were to die, he would fall dormant, the same as any other drone. One day, perhaps, I will perfect him, and a part of me will live on in the chassis, even after my meat body dies. But for now, I am satisfied to live with him as a combined entity, man and machine, joined through a form of Paraboris into one being, a beautiful step to the post-human future. I guess if I have to know a mad scientist, I'm glad he's on my side. He snickers. Well, yes, well said, my friend, and the feeling's mutual. If I must associate with violent criminals, I suppose I'm happy to call them friends. So, you rigged your drone to act as a home to your most destructive impulses. I've got to ask why. As a proof of concept, primarily. There are other advantages, of course. I shouldn't have to explain the value of a combat drone that wants to kill. Tell me why you think we're going to beat the essence limit. You hinted at it before, but I want to know. Actually, yeah, I do want to know this as well, dear God, buddy. I could do that. I've already shared quite a lot with you and haven't run off screaming. It's a good sign to say the least. He studies your face, peering through the gloom. But tell me, Hyujin, are you certain that you want to know? Some secrets are less pleasant than others. You might prefer to leave this stone unturned. Say what you have to say. Very well. There are many things you don't know about me, my friend. Important things. What kind of things? I, for one, I am not, how do you put it, whole. Emotionally, you mean mentally? There are arguments that could be made to support both of those points, but no, that's not what I mean. I was talking about my physical body. There was an accident when I was younger, a shop accident. I barely survived. I am very heavily cybered, my friend. You wouldn't know it because I keep my enhancements hidden from others. Yeah, you can kind of see it peeking out there. Like, you can kind of see tubes coming off his collarbone. I keep my enhancements hidden. Others I have found them disturbing in the past. Disturbing? How so? The enhancements themselves are not a problem. The extent of the damage they were meant to correct, however. He sighs. That is a different matter. He uses the edge of his hands to trade a line across his hips. Everything below the mid-pelvis is a replacement material. That's why I was sheared in half, you see. It's a miracle that I survived. The experiments, the blood loss alone should have killed me. But here I am, alive and well, greatly improved in a point of fact. You're saying you're half machine? Yes, The loss of much of my tissue is traumatic, to be sure, as the damage of my sense of personal identity. But it wasn't terrible as you might imagine. But every conceivable measure I have been improved since the time of accident. I am more than I was before, not less. I'm not saying you're less, buddy, for having prosthetics. No, why would I say that? Dear God, why? This is one of the problems with writing cybernetics in fiction, especially for Raicha like this. He lost it in an accident. How am I gonna blame him for having cyber legs because he's half machine, because he needs them? Like, I'm not gonna blame someone in a wheelchair for being in a wheelchair, you know? You lost half your body, so we just go for the first one. There's more of a misunderstanding one. He dabs the temple with his finger. The doctors installed simultaneous generator in my brain when they fully replaced me with these things. I can mimic the full range of senses that the human body is capable of producing. Imagine ramifications of such things, the things that you could do, the things that you could experience. The implications of option and conditioning alone are staggering. And so yes, I have lost entirely lower half of my body. The full ramifications of such a loss are obvious. But in return, I've gained so much more. At will, I could go to my brain and produce whatever sensation I wish. I could poke at the ringing of my own consciousness, and I'd rotate it and reroute the wireless as I see fit. Okay, so alright, so you're half machine. What does this have to do with the essence limit? He spreads his arm. Look at me, Hyujin. I have a shred of essence left in my body, and only barely that, but I suffer none of the ill effects associated with traumatic essence loss. How can that be? A quirk of psychology, long viewed as an illness, but never properly understood. But now, what I now understand to be an evolutional adaptation to post-human future, we will conquer the essence limit. Give him time. Natural selection will see to it, and I am proof. Okay, Richter, that's where I have to stop you. That's where I have to stop you and be like, cool, I fully agree. Transhumanism, all down for that. The slight eugenics bend? Nah, no, not a cool thing, buddy, not a cool thing. The stimulus glands, how do they work? The technology is rather akin to SimSense, but considerably more powerful and flexible. Most SimSense experiences, those found in BTL chips for example, are structured around basic narratives that provide the user with context. But if you strip away the veneer or escape his fantasy, what you have left is an extremely powerful toolkit. And what have you done with this toolkit? A little of this, a little of that. I've toyed with a number of basic neurochemical functions, simulating the experience of peer bonding by simulating the flow of oxygen, for example, but I must be careful not to overstep my bounds. Reprogramming the brain is a risky endeavour, however great the temptation might be. Have you heard of anyone? Any ideas why I can get myself a set of those things? Sadly, no. As I said, the project folded, the devices themselves never made it to the market. That's probably a good thing, truth be told. From what I've heard, all the other representatives were driven quite mad. He shrugs. Perhaps the others were less well equipped to handle it than I am. Be careful with those things, Victor. The last thing I need you to do is wigged out on me. I have carried these implants for over 20 years, my friend. I know how to handle them. You have nothing to fear. So what else have you been keeping from me? I know there has to be more to the story than this. There is, my friend, but nothing that I can't wait until tomorrow. You have a lot to process, I'm sure, but I would like you to. I would like remaining of the evening to be myself. But if you like to come back later, we can finish for now. Sure, Rector. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Very good. Have a good rest. Can we actually speak to him? Okay, yeah. Cool. Okay, time to talk to Gaichu. Then we're gonna box of mementos. Let's see what he's got. Oh, okay, cool. We got different ones. Examine the statue. The statue is a statue of a round-faced bird of vista. Its head is caved slightly. Its hands are possessed together in a prayer, and there's a tiny red bib tied around its neck. The figure's expression is serene. It bears a slight crooked smile, as if it had a secret or a joke. What's the tiny statue with a bib? That's incredibly rude. Dear God, Eugen. Gachi pauses, turning an ear more forward to you. It's a statue of Guzu, the protector of children. He's also the guardian of travelers. Statues of him are placed alongside almost every road in Japan. His name outside of Japan is God damn it. Kish. It's God, I'm trying to put this together. Kisija Harbour? I'm pressing Harbour, probably correctly, but the first part. Seems rather cute for you. It is, but it's not much of what he does as of how much I enjoy his temple at Kyoto. It's one of the few things of refuges I had during my time living in the city. Josuin, a tiny place, is fairly close to a much larger and better known sister temple of the Shahojin on the western side of Kyoto. Unlike Shahojin, however, Josin is almost unknown. Gachi smiles fondly, looking slightless into the distance. To get there, you have to walk through twisted residence streets, past a deep grove of bamboo. If you do not know where you're looking for, you will never find it. Most people assume the road it is on is simply a dead end. I recall walking there in a light rain. I could smell the ginkgo and maple leaves in a slight breeze. I would go there and simply sit and let myself be. Whenever I felt the stress of school was too much for me. Inside there were several small shrines, but the main attraction was the moss garden. You enter through a very old meditation room from a small gate. You take off your shoes and sit by the edge of the garden and feel the world outside slip from your mind like water through a sleeve. Just you, the breeze, the trees, and moss. Now, that garden is a microcosm of the world, stripped bare of any confusion and bustle. That sounds nice. The smile faintly. Gachi dips his head. I rather thought so. I never saw more than 2 other people at the temple, no matter how many times a year. It seemed at the time to be my own private sanctuary. Examine the paper fan. The folding paper is cheaply constructed with a thin paper stretched over the plastic spines. It's obviously a souvenir sold in tourist stops or free union. Unfortunately, the fan reveals a pleasant landscape, a Japanese sea of the 9th century or earlier, carved roofs, the sunset deep of the Blue River, 2 ships sail down the river with a span by a... I'm pretty sure that's a real painting. Hang on a sec. I'm pretty sure that's a real wood carving painting or something. In the foreground, labourers carry buckets of yarn along the shore as a horseback man rides in opposite direction. In the distance, a large pair of red buildings dominate the city skyline, 1 large temple and 5-tiered paragon. Ganchu grunts and not turning towards you. The van is from Shojin Temple in Asakura. God, I can pronounce that word. I just messed up on it. And one of the 2 distinctors of Neon Tokyo. The image is one of the less famous works of... Yeah, okay, cool, yeah. Sorry. I'm not a kid. I'm a weeb, and I studied art. So I studied writing, but you know. I managed to go see the local museum I studied had a Japanese exhibit when I was there. I gotta go see it. It was very nice. I liked it. I purchased the fan while on leave from military training. It reminds me of how open life felt when I was young, how the future seems to be stretched out full of possibility, and also because I like the painting. Leave the box alone. I like Archer. He's pretty cool. I'm still just gonna make him a samurai because even relying on his ghoul power seems weird to me. The cabin is silent aside from occasional wisps of airs. I wish this room would get better decorated as time went on. That's just a personal wish. The cabin is silent aside from occasional wishes of air as Gachu steps through his sword forms. He holds each dance for 2 seconds, practicing a given swing a few times before switching to the next. Hello, Eugen. A single bead sweat rolls down from Gachu's temple as he holds the position. After a few minutes, he shifts and relaxed stance and starts to form again. Pardon me for continuing my exercise. I feel like I've been letting them slip as of late. You worried you're getting rusty? That's not quite it. I'd rather wish to learn to bring my enhanced strength and speed to bear. In order to do so, I must ensure that my blindness does not hinder me. Perfectionism is a journey, not a destination. Gachu lifts his sword, offering its edge first towards you. Do you see that edge? Forged by one of the finest swordsmen in modern Japan. Diamond-coated edge, capable of cutting even the most hardened ceramic armors. But what good is a sharp-shaped edge without the precision to apply it? When I was still a man, I could have cut a single pea in half with my eyes closed. Oddly, after becoming blind, I cannot replicate that feat. Running back with his claw along the blade of the surface, Gachu smiles faintly. I think soon I'll be able to perform that feat again. I simply have to be training my body to ignore the senses that no longer has, and pay attention to the new ones. And now, what is it that you'd like to discuss? Has it been difficult to learn to fight while blind? It's not the easiest thing I've attempted, but neither is it the hardest. Placing one sword off to the side, Gachu turns to face you. Emptiness is form is one of the greatest lessons from the Hajgakuri. Training. I can't remember the sound for those words. Learning a different language is really difficult. Train sufficiently in both swordsmanship and obedience will instinctively. That is the closest of perfection a man can attain. I don't put a whole lot of stock in being obedient. Gachu feigns surprise. A lawless Shadowrunner having problems with authority? My goodness, I could have never guessed of such a thing be the case. When I was new to the unit, I thought that to be a good samurai, samurai's ultimate role, to serve justly with dedication was the greatest honor to a warrior could be. We're all young and foolish once, I suppose. There's probably a place, that kind of ology, so what changed your mind, actually? We'll go for that. Beyond my disease, there was a fight in Fukuoka. My former team ambushed me. It was a singularly affect my worldview. We were taught that we were superior to everybody, and we're pure humans and Japanese. We would simply win. I believe that most never question the validity of the claims, even when confronted with direct evidence to the contrary. Tell me about your own unit's ambush. Very well. Gachu draws his nail over his scalp, sighing. My time in Fukuoka was tense. Since leaving Kashimi, I would be careful to stay out of sight by moving on foot, or in the back of automatic delivery vans. I was running out of food, however, and needed to be in a city for that. Fukuoka is just big enough to get lost in, but not so large that a ghoul sighting could go unnoticed. I hid in abandoned buildings and storm drains for 2 weeks, and for 2 weeks I managed to stay hidden. The strain of having to constantly move was wearing on me, however. I made a mistake. What happened? I had to get out of Japan, but all my contacts in Fukuoka had come up empty-handed when I asked for a way into China. I was running low on money, and I could feel the team catching up with me. I contacted my Kumato owed me a favor and arranged a passage for me if I could reach the city in 48 hours. Gachu closed his eyes, resting his face on one palm. If I had taken my time, I could have made it to Kumato without being an instant. But I let caution slip when I got his email. I thought that if I disguised myself, I could get the train there, get out before my unit got close to finding me. I still don't know how many people how they found me. Magical tracing network, perhaps, or simply a well-developed spy network. Regardless, they found me. They were waiting at the Hatake station. It was an ambush. Very public place for an ambush. It was. I suspect the orders were clear, however. Do whatever it takes to kill me. Civilians expendable. For units like Red Samurai, ordinary laws do not apply. The mission's success is the only concern. I had to take steps to disguise myself as best as I could, relying on the sheer number of people to conceal my presence. I suspect that the team might attack when I was in public, but I did not realize just how expendable civilians were. They blew a C4 charge over the station's western entrance to block me in. I realized how much I'd underestimated them. I assumed the train had derailed, honestly, but then I smelled the telltale acidic vapor of explosives. Gachu wrinkles his nose in the memory. Once you smell it, you never forget. The plastic explosives that were used has a particularly sharp odor, like old cheese. Something to do with the olfactory tangents added to help track it if it's stolen. I remember stumbling through the dust and debris, trying to find my way to the rail platform. They attacked me from all sides, using confusion to strike at once. I could still hear Ishida and Tokugawa behind me. Amara and Saki charged out of an access corridor just ahead of where I had been standing. Saki threw a few firewalls down behind me, cutting off my retreat, while Omari started firing. Sounds like you didn't have much of a choice but to defend yourself. Gachu nods, his lips burst. Yes, that is so. Training took over. I knew I had to survive, and was not thinking of anything but survival, so I charged Saki and Omori. They were only 15 meters away. The only advantage I had was they were as blind by the dusk as I was, but I could still hear the smell and smell them. Saki threw a lightning ball at me, but I'd managed to roll under it. But as I came up, Amori's light machine gun was swiveled down. I felt time stretch out as I stared down the barrel. I caught Amari in the throat with the tips of my sword. It was only a maneuver I'd practiced hundreds of times before. There was no resistance as I cut through his triaca, and he fell as I rolled to the side. I could hear him choking for breath as I dropped. Gachu exhales a humorous laugh and shakes his head. It's strange to think how clear that memory is even now. He was your friend. That kind of thing will stick with you. Gachu's thoughts were waving his hand dismissively. Spare me the 2 new yen psychiatrically. Obviously, what you say is true, but the memory sticks with me so strongly for another reason. It was in that strike that I realized who I truly was. My whole time as a Red Samurai, I had focused on ensuring that I was worthy of my team. Everyone felt that way, but I felt it more acutely than most. I have always wanted to be the best, the fastest, I don't know what that word is. My brain is skipping on that one. In the Red Samurai, I felt that to be less than perfection would let my team down. We were always told how lucky we were to be accepted into that unit. The moment my sword struck Amori, I knew that I would survive that fight. They attacked me as they would an animal. They seemed to have been carrying on herding me into Tokugawa and Ishihara. Amori didn't even try to get out of the way of my sword strike. I recall his eyes going wide. He looked surprised that I was using a weapon and not my claws. They underestimated you. Gachu nods sharply. They thought they were fighting a beast. I would never had underestimated them as they did me. All the lessons I taught them about close combat, thrown out the window as soon as preconceptions entered the battlefield. Disgraceful. As I had killed Amori, I realized that it was not why I was as unworthy of a Red Samurai, but they were unworthy of me. What they did, what did it mean that I, as an infected monster, was less than a beast, could defend the an infected monster that was less than a beast could defeat the finest soldiers in the world. The Red Samurai doctrine taught Amari and the others not to fear me, and this overconfidence would be their death. I realized I had progressed beyond their abilities their ability to understand. My sword was accurate as ever, but they could not account for it due to ideological blindness. Damn. That's the danger of letting ideology overrule facts. Precisely. All those years, I was worried I was not good enough to be a member of Red Samurai. However, they had been pulling my weight, but I'd been blind to all the ways in which they were not training, or avoided the harsh truths about my own abilities. We were often so told. We were so often told our excellence that I wondered if we had ever been truly tested. Sensaki was the next to fall. As I turned away from Amori, I realized she must have seen me strike him. Her eyes were wide, and I could feel her fear and anger as she tried to summon another spell. She caught between healing Amori and attacking me. Gachu taps his forehead just above his right eye. It was there, on Sasaki, a downward stroke from the Jodan stance, and she had hesitated, just as Amori had. I felt the breath go out of her, just like someone had to deflate a tire. She just slid down into a pile. I think she was trying to ask me how when I ran. Did you stay and fight? My goal was survive, not victory. Takagawa was too far away. I did not see Ishida. I only smelled him, so I ran. The train had been shut down due to the explosion, but as long as I could get out of Hikata Station, I knew I could escape. They did not follow me out onto a proper city proper. From what I heard via Matrix, the event was reported as a terrorist attack. They were followed by brave Renraku soldiers, Gachu Storts, lips curling down. Brave, foolish soldiers. If you killed two of them, why are they still hunting you? Gachu did not answer immediately. He seems uneasy with a question, fidgeting his fingers. I'm unsure why that would make a difference. Can you explain what you are driving at? If you're training with your unit so extensive, why wouldn't the unit's down 3 members? Why not give up on you? Ah, I see. I think you make it. I see your mistake in seeing this as a form of practical perspective. The problem is emotional, not mechanical. Folding his arms over his chest, Gachu continues to explain. The nature of Red Samurai assignments. Hello there, Dagoff. We're just reading this, and then we're going to do the Decacon mission. Just give me a stretch. How are you today, Dagoff, though? Or enter the team in rare cases when Red's. I'm good today. I did find it funny. I have been streaming for a year, and if we go back a year, I was probably playing Shadowrun Returns. So that's funny to me. On the final game of the Shadowrun trilogy, after a year later. In those rare cases when samurai teams suffer a practical loss, the remnants of the impartial team are shuffled along together and undergo retraining. Saki and Amori will undoubtedly be replaced. The problem is that I cannot be replaced. Simply put, I am not dead. Ordinarily, a missing red samurai would be considered dead for purposes of reorganizing the team, but Renraku knows precisely what happened to me. What's more, my failure to do my duty reflects badly on the unit. Others will undoubtedly resist joining my former squad as it has been tainted. So, until they kill you, nobody wants to join the club. Gachu nods his assertion. Yes, that is the case. They cannot move forward and rebuild the core of the unit unless I die. Both because of their own explanations and the stain on their honor. Even if they accepted my decision, the rest of the Red Samurai would not. They have hunted me in Japan, Shanghai, and Beijing, and now I'm certain they hunt me in Hong Kong. The cycle will continue endlessly for the foreseeable future. Such is the way of things. Sounds as trapped in the past as they are. What do you mean by that? They have been hunting me. I am simply trying to make a new life for myself. I fail to see how this is my doing. Damn, I didn't mean to say that. Now I'm thinking about it. One way or other, this will end with either you or them dead. You gotta take action. What do you believe I've been doing? Gachu's face twisted and annoying. Certainly, I have not been allowing them to attack me out of goodwill. And damn. I don't like I got into this conversation route. Take me back, please. I don't want to be getting too mad at me. You should have... you're defining yourself by opposition to your old life. What? Genshu blinks a few times. Genshu leans closer to you. I'm unsure that I clearly understand your meaning. Could you explain it to yourself more clearly? Think about it. You get to live as a Ronin Red Samurai, unfairly cast out by his unit. Ah, and you believe my absence of opposition I would have little to define myself. That's a very cheap philosophy, Eugen, and unworthy of you. What? Prove me wrong. Who are you without your unit? Gachu draws himself up and puffs out his chest and Gachu glares at you. You tell me, what do you see? I am certain I'm a creature that stands in front of you. What it is that I am, in your opinion? A free man who can choose to live as how he pleases. Yes, that is what I am. So, what is it to you that I am not... so why is it that you do not accept that is what I am doing? I seek to perfect myself, my skill, and my ability in combat. Perhaps that is not the path I would have walked when I was younger, but I have been soldier for so long that I cannot imagine devoting myself to anything, any other trade. This does not mean that I am tied exactly to my unit, it simply means that I am shaping my history as we all are. I appreciate your concern about my history and my unit, but I assure you, I am doing alright. I must learn to adapt to my new conditions and lifestyle of my own. The time will come when they find me in Hong Kong. What does perfecting your oneself mean anyway? I do not know. I am certain it sounds like an invasion, but it is not. There is no roadmap of being a ghoul who is also a freelance killer. I only know that my instincts are stronger now than they were when I was an ordinary man. Because of this, I must learn to make my own way in the world. There's no older teacher for me to reach for. Gachu something cocks his head. Is this why you're concerned about my history with Red Samurai? Of course, I want you to make most of your new life. We'll go with that. Gachu blinks several times in surprise over it. You're remarkably kind of you, Hyujin. Was this a year or more ago, I would not believe you. After having seen how you handled the Lapons, however, I do. I am no longer a simple man. That is a fact of my life. I am beyond that. I do not know if I am better for it. But I know that I am different. The fact that I am different, however, cannot be denied. I have a question for you then. If you had been changed into a ghoul, what would you have done? How would you improve yourself and learn to live with your condition? I wouldn't forget what it means to be human. We're gonna go with this one. Besides, but I am not human, not any longer. To be a ghoul is to be different from a human as it is to be a troll. More so. But more so. In fact, as trolls are closer to man than I am. Okay, I didn't realize we're pulling out the humanity charts from VTM, get you. Come on, buddy. Don't go on path of honourable accord. It's not that good of a path. Although I really like it and would want to play a Sabat. If I ever need to play in a Sabat game, I'm using that path. But you know what I mean. The changes are not only physical, as I mentioned before. My mind is more instinctive now, and reason is more difficult. I tend to react quickly, without thought, but also generally will turn the tide in my favour. Gachi squares himself, nodding several times as he agrees with his own internal dialogue. Warriors must learn to push their bodies and souls to utmost limit. So it too is for me. So it's too for me. But my body and soul are no longer that of man, and I must learn to use these differences to my advantage. Pardon me again, rather than a handicap. Perfection is a destination. Is not a destination; it's a journey. One must strive to become the purest form of oneself that they can. And I'll be right back. I need to close my blinds as I cannot see the screen due to how dark the game is. I'm back. Model. Come on, don't freak out on me. Anyway, back to reading this. So what will you do when your unit, because Gachi was not on the last run anyway, and what will you do when the unit, when they come looking for you in Hong Kong? I assure you, I'm unsure. You have given me a great deal to consider, and I do not mean that lightly. There are several actions and possible outcomes I foresee. I could, as I have before, relocate to another city, flee from Hong Kong and travel somewhere far afield, Lagos perhaps, or Montreal. It would have to be some place where Naraku influence was minimal, and where the unit's presence would be immediately noticeable. This has been a plan of action in the past. I could also keep a low profile, stay here, hope that they're unable to find precisely where I am hiding. Undoubtedly, Ishida would command the team to keep looking. I believe it would only be a matter of time before they found me, but there were a significantly long time they might be recalled. I could also confront them, draw them out into the open at a time, in place of my choosing. They are nothing if not predictable in their efforts to follow Red Samurai operation doctrine. The plan could succeed, but I could also put you and civilians at risk, and I am sure how I would draw them out in the first place. There's nothing wrong with hiding it out. Gachi sighs and shoulders slumps a little. I am unsure if that's the wisest choice of action. I am going to need to think about this a great deal. Please, let me think about this and I'll have an answer later. Sure, talk to you later. Okay, cool. Time to go rest, and then we're gonna go on the big the Decacon run for Isabel, because Isabel is our buddy. And it's gonna be a 2-decker mission, which is gonna be fun. A stabbing pain through your stomach jolts you awake. Your entire abdomen is cramping up. You roll in your cot, seemingly willing the shooting pains that radiate from your stomach to go away. Your mouth is bone dry, your tongue is swallowed. It feels thick and inaccurate, like a useless slab of meat. A quick glance at your PDH says it's 4 a.m. outside. Outside your cabin, you hear the rest of Huey sleeping. All that remains of the dream that you woke from is horrible, unfiltered yawning, and a need to get where you're going first. Others were behind you. You could feel the heat of their breath on your neck. If you're going to beat them to a destination, you could slam the door in their face and keep them out and away from what was yours. But they overtook you, and you would feel the terrible longing forever. And as gasping for your last fleeting memories of your dream, a wave of exhaustion washes over you. It feels like you've been drugged. You collapse back into your cot and back into a dream of sleep. When you open your eyes again, the sun filters through the door. It's morning. Well then. I just want to check stuff quickly. Preview. Come in stash. Just confirm. Actually, we're moving. Can't confirm. Cool. Time to get going. There are people I do want to talk to, because I want to talk to these people, but I can't remember if I've already talked to them this time around. We'll see. Jin frowns. Look who's back. Why don't you go get an egg or card and leave us alone? I, for one, enjoy Hugh Jin's visits. Okay, we haven't talked to them yet. A hint of smile touches Lou's lips as Jin grumbles to himself. How can we help you? Sorry to interrupt. I was just wondering if you're still having those dreams? This again. Do you have anything better to do? Yes, we're still having those dreams. Lou's voice turns troubled. However, they've gotten hell or worse. Jin sims uncomfortably. Look, let's not go into detail. Anything would be great. He mulls this over. Alright, but afterwards will you let us finish your game? Sure. I'm pretty sure we've gone through this before. He nods approvingly and glances at Lou and Shu before continuing. Our dreams are becoming unpleasant, so to say. Darker, violent. He runs his hands along tightly cropped beard. Not all healthy, if you ask me, especially for men of our age. We come out of them days sometimes. Feels like we've been punched in the senses, and the imagery. You sense him shiver as he thinks about it. Well, I said no details, so no details. That else something else, Shu and Master Lu? I have nothing more to add. Shu's eyes bore into you. No, nothing. Is everything alright, Shu? You've been staring? Yeah, we've been through this. Shu continues to stare at you, his face pale, and he opens his mouth, closes it, and seems to struggle for words. What's wrong with you, Shu? You better not be having a stroke in the middle of our game. If Shu here Jin does not show, he looks at you and his eyes widen. You need to go faster, his voice is urgent, pleading. The shadows that follow you are getting close. Excuse us, Eugene, our friend is tired. Lu claps through his shoulders and he doesn't seem to notice. These dreams have taken a toll on us. Please come back another time. Understood, take care. Okay, cool. To Decacon, where we got 2 deckers going to do on a mission, so this is going to be fairly interesting. But yeah, no, I'm going to be honest, playing this game and listening to Gachu a lot makes me want to play a, next time I get to play the tabletop Shadowrun, play a Shinto Wizard. I mean, I could play that in a Transit Taika board Carbuster Decon. Isabel. Oh wait, we can have a full team for this one? What the hell, I didn't expect a full team for this one. Hang on, is this a full team one? Hang on, let me go back. I want to read a brief of that. This is making me feel like I want to read a brief of it again. Because I swear Isabel said only 2 of us. Am I wrong? I feel like I'm wrong, but... Let's go back. Whoopsie daisy. Me messing up. Me misremembering. Though I could play a Shinto Wizard in Mage and World of Darkness, to be fair. Open dog directory, view all active jobs, job offer from Isabel. If you've been watching this, you did, that was a good thing. I consider software, no one knows where he's going to be, upcoming event. Are you reading this? Remember this is going to be there. Enclosed, copy from a plan. I'll provide plan, I'll proceed. Please be sure that the uniform is size 4. I will provide you and one other runner of your choice with the visitor pass for the convention. Okay, so it's me and one other runner. Unit. Okay, cool. So yeah, I will just take me and Isabel for this one. This might be a bad idea, actually. We might want to go get some health. We're going to quickly stop off and get some health stuff, then, if that is the case. In case this does turn into a firefight. Let's quickly go to the medical area and get some health. I mean, I would want to be saving up my new yen for a new deck, but eh. We can live with this. What? The passive home-built computer system is running multi-large memory process. Chilled with air, active cooling system washes over you to the wall of fans. A thin fiber optic cable runs to the floor and rotates into chair. On the large wall behind the computer, miscellaneous decoration notes and photos. 2 items stand out largely. A large dry erase calendar and a chalkboard plastered with pinouts. Anyway, look at it. We'll come back here. Show me your services, buddy. Sure thing. Medical supplies. I should have read what you said. Wow, he's selling these straight out of the bat. Dear God, buddy. Let's get 3 of these. And I don't want to... And let's just get 2 of these. It's almost 1,000, dear God. Yeah, that's fine, confirm. Almost perfect. Goodbye, Ambrose. Cheers, Eugene. Yeah, we'll come back and talk to him after the thing, because we haven't talked to him a lot. So we're gonna, like, do some digging around and talk to him after the run. That would be good. Okay, cool. Yeah, we're just gonna take me and Isabel. I brought those because, hey, neither of us, I don't know how good Isabel's in a straight-up fight, so... Isabel seems to have some stuff, so yeah. Confirm. Yeah, confirm. This might be a very bad idea. I could just be misunderstanding how Decacon 2056. A chartered bus carries you from Kai Tak to a middle-range hotel in Sunwan. All around you, a happy crowd of fellow passengers fills your ears. You hear text speak in variety of languages and dialects. Talk to the new lines of drones and decks, augmented over innovations in data jacks technology, and baseless suspicions about next season of Urban Brawl. Your guest badge, a glossy slip laminated paper embezzled with a flashy logo, hands on your lanyard around your neck. Your ticket into the conventional, and the only disguise you should need. The bus drops you off in front of the Harbour Spire Hotel, and you promptly circle around the back to find a service entrance. Isabel's waiting for you inside. Yep, okay, cool, confirm. This might go really badly, or might go really. Really depends on the situation. The service entrance to the Harbour Spire Hotel looks like any other Scotswold coated in cheap paint. Floor of the wall is of well-worn hardwood. A time card reader hanging off from the wall as a slight tilt. Nothing about the dirty, dingy your traveling confirms for the room that you hints as an elegance and fine decor of the hotel beyond. Your earpiece crackles to life. Isabel calling from the woman's lavatory. Huge in. A burst of static fills your ears. All rated by Isabel's voice. A second later, she cuts back in. You in position? Yeah, I'm here, but you're kind of breaking up though. Yeah, I know. More white noise. Direction here, it's connection here is crap. The comms are cutting out. This doesn't bode well. Why aren't you gonna be? This isn't bode well. Aren't you gonna be giving us instructions over the comms? Yeah, hang on a set. Static. Trying to boost our signal strength. The sound crackles out entirely for a good 5 seconds. When Isabel's voice comes back, it's half again as loud as it was before. There, that's better. What a pain in the ass this is. There's way too much interference coming from the show floor. We aren't going to be able to rely on our comlink for this. We'll find a workaround. I hope you do it fast. The entire plan hinges on us being able to communicate. Like I said, I'll find a workaround. For now, let's concentrate on our task at hand. The catering staff should be inside the kitchen, hauling trays, steaming clams, appetizers for the conventional. I'm going to need to find a way in and get me one of their uniforms. One of them that fits my size. Decking 4. Wouldn't it make more sense for me to disguise myself and deck the admin computer? That'd be interesting. No. Hey, if that's what you feel about it, this is your job after all. Good. Oh, and Hyujin, we aren't going loud yet. Got it? Whatever you do, don't start shooting. We can't afford to send rumors running before we get him cornered. Alright, no shooting until we get rumors. Got it. Oh yeah, I forgot. We're gonna have to shoot our way out of here. That's a thing. The panel controls this building simple maintenance safety features. While the panel's admin level, user phase has been locked up behind some biometric video reading. A skilled decker can easily bypass restrictions. For admin level access panel and fire. Yeah, cool. I don't know. I don't want to do that yet because I don't know. Cool. We can wait. What? We can look at the work manifests. View work manifest logs. Hang millions. The damn sprinklers went off again. The entire kitchen's flooded. Q didn't quit. We're going to need to get third pie caters for a big event because we are sure as hell can't steam 1,000 clams without using the kitchen staff. Walk away. Okay, so this is a pretty big stealth job. Again, I don't know how well me and Isabel can do it, but me and Blitz did fairly good job. Send drone for all. Okay. I've got to activate a drone. Just keep moving. And turn. Actually, oh god, my drone just lurked forward. Okay, I'm gonna save here because I don't know if my drone is actually stealthy enough to grab an outfit and move around. Might be. Also, this is just really annoying way of doing this. Activate your drone, send it through events. Because this is a combat drone. This is like full-on military-style combat drone. It's literally got the code name Room Sweeper. I still don't know why to call the drone. But god damn it, no. Why did I get out of it? Oh. But yeah, I'm honestly, listening to Gachu stuff makes me want to play a Shinto wizard, a Shinto style wizard or shaman in Shadowrun. Next time I get to play the physical tabletop, because that is one thing that okay, cool. The drone is cool. Give Isabel a kitchen uniform. Okay, so we need to go over there. Let's enter. Cool. Let's save again, because I'm slightly cautious. Not gonna lie. Let's see if does this open straight into the kitchen? Yes, it does. All right. Okay, cool. We need to. We're gonna do this because we can't really. You enter the solar routine, triggering the kitchen sprinklers, while sometimes suppresses the fire alarm while they attend to it. The sound of chaotic movement yaps the alarm from the direction of the kitchen. It sounds as the room is carrying staff attempting to flee the room. Go, walk away. Cool. Get the people out of there. Nice. Oh wow, dear god, this map is huge. Same people we can talk to? This is really cool, sorry. Also, we are playing a deck of riggers, so they're probably right about this, actually. Oh, if we had, like... Both me and our characters, like, if we had Venusian, you know? If we had Venusian. Is there any, like, drone stuff? Yeah, if we had, like, Venusian for these bad boys. Well, what a sad time. Is there any drone stuff around here? Oh, look at these drones! Oh, they got flying drones! I can really get in the head of this type of character. Okay, I was like, why would we go in that? And I just realized it's men's room and we're playing female characters, so we have literally no reason to go into that. You enter the woman's restroom to find Isabel waiting impatiently for you. Her desk badge dangles from the lanyard at a cracked angle. The dump rose of the hair looks frizzled. Outside you, she steps forward. You're here, good. I was tired of hanging out in the ladies' room. You got the uniform? Hand over the uniform here. You go. She eyes the embroidery of the logo. Good, this will work. One question for you. She sifts the fabric through and a stream of water spins to the tileless floor. Why is it soaking wet? God damn it! Why is it wet? That's dumb. I got it before it was raining. That's annoying. I might have activated the kitchen sprinklers a bit. She looks at you. Hyujin, why did you destroy everything you touch? I don't destroy everything, just some things. She stares at you for a moment, then closes her eye and she shakes her head again. Alright, anyway, I'm gonna change into a weird, disgusting jacket, hightail into employees only far side of the convention floor. She continues to regular flapdick. She talks in a grim disdain. They'll let me in, even without a badge. They just feed out some rich guy wants a drink. I'll have to go across the floor and do it. It should just be safe enough. No one is going to pay attention to catering staff at these. So you'll just make your way across, past the door, and take the 6th elevator up to the admin's ring on the 6th floor. All that you have to do, all that you have to do is take your position, wait for my instructions without raising the alarm. Pretty simple stuff. Should be foolproof, assuming that you don't screw things up. Do you have any questions? Have you figured out what you want to do about the Spike conlink connection? Yes, there's a demo Cosca near the VIP entrance. It's running some new Matrix avatar editing suite or something like that. Like something called Perfect Persona. When I get to the admin area, I'm going to patch myself into Perfect Persona console and we're going to communicate through that. It isn't a perfect solution, but it beats having to deal with the dropped connection. Just be sure to grab Vikoski when you're in a position. Don't let anyone else get it. What am I supposed to do on the show floor again? Just quickly reminder. Wait by the VIP door room. When I identify Rumus, you'll apprehend him and tell him that he's lucky when I've got. Okay, cool. You'll escort him to VIP doors, out of a room, and we'll begin empty. And you'll get the software from him and beat him up and stash him in a closet. What should I do between you when you leave and get in position? Walk around the show floor, magpie, and mingle. Try to look like you belong here. Just don't say or do anything that stands out in a bad way. You're supposed to be a hot new decker in town, an active part. No question, that's it. God damn. Isabel, I am a hot new decker in town. Oh, come on. Come on. You didn't need to be rude to me like that. I'm just looking at who we need to talk to. Okay, Oh, Isabel, why did you have to be mean to me? I'm a pretty good decker game. Let's go talk to this person first. Then I'm gonna talk to drones. Is stuff happening? Okay, cool, I can talk to these people now. Software demo. Okay, we can actually do stuff. Convention stall. As you approach the corner of the convention floor, you find a brightly lit entrance. There are signs on the wall that points towards Seamless Parlor, Decker area. You draw closer. The convention staff is a bland uniform stepping towards you. Sorry to say, but it's a bit crammed in right now. If you hang tight, we'll be sure to squeeze you in soon. There'll be a half hour or 8. Please, places like this never run for full capacity. You keep a few VIP slots in the back, right? Wait, what? I don't have decking 6? No, I just got intelligence 6. Oh, that sucks. I'm 1 intelligence lower. We're filled up. I don't know how else to say it. You never wait. You need to wait like everyone else. Stay cool, and we'll get you as soon as possible. Damn it, that's annoying. Alright, I'm going. Enjoy the show. Damn. High-ranking capability, sticker memory, driving patience. Hired attendee. Troll deck. Okay, let's talk time. Potbelly troll with 2 days worth of mangled substance smiles and turns to face you. The creme on his day track shows wetly in the light, but his cyber deck is consumedly absent. Hey, what's going on? His badge hangs down all low. You catch a glimpse of his deck and handle. Headspace. Strange to see someone at Decacon out cyber deck. Oh, but I do have a deck. He taps his head with a smile. Guy right here, the next generation of decking technology. Cranial cyber deck. He continues waiting for a response. It's an apex of modern decking technology. Minimized, compact, easy to snake into most sensitive locations. I don't need to lug a great big external deck around with me anymore. It's a night and day difference between this and my old Fairlight Excalibur friend. Night and day. Could you give me your... If you don't need a flight Excalibur, I'd be happy to take it off your hands. Where'd you get a cranial deck? The Chop Shop in Kowloon City. They told me not to ask where it came from. He chuckles to himself. Lots of things full of trucks out of Kowloon way. I'm sure this was the same. Are you enjoying the con? It's great. I gotta tell a lot of people about my new deck, spreading the word, educating folks. It feels good to save my fellow deckers from wasting their money on old external decks. I guess you could call me a cranial decker andalist. Haha, he nods his head energetically, eagerly, desperation in his eyes. Desperation in his eyes? Huh, how are you gonna respond to this? Because the cranial deck would be pretty cool, not gonna lie, all things considered, but I do like my external decks. Hello, just between you and me, you're coming on a bit strong. You might want to back off a little. He scoffs at you, turns away. Looks like you know everything. Oh, that sucks. Let's see what's over here. Terminal is run by Download As Technology's former and also Cyberdeck. Ah, As Technology. Hello, buddies. How terrifying are you today? Are you being immorally very weird people today, or are you still just weird? This man standing at a technology demo station looks strangely out of place for a DECA convention. He's carrying a cyberdeck, and you know a sign of cyberwire on his person, not even a data jack. He looks up from the Coscas, blinking. Ah, he's a spellcaster. Did you want something? Am I in your way? He sounds preoccupied. He shifts his body, and his movements are naturally smooth and graceful. As he moves, you can see the Kyoshi screen, Coscas' screen flicker. Apparently, the demo software is glitched out. No, it's alright. I'm just passing, man. Don't mean to bother you or anything. Oh, that's fine. He turns back to the Coscas, his eyes blank. Enjoy the show. Convention goer. Judging by the patches sewn onto the bomber jacket, the elf is from the Nana, Council Islands, specifically. A former chunk of rock in the middle of the Lake Washington that was called Mercer Island, or Native American nations claimed it. He doesn't look like Emerald, though. If anything, he looks Chinese of descent, though his mask makes it hard to tell for sure. He turns to face you as you approach. His features are more subtle. Features are mostly hidden. But you see is that he's wearing a high steel collar and spiked hair. His cheeks are high boned and hollow. He eyes you nervously. Hey, you want something from me? What's up? Just want to get to know my fellow con-goers. You from Council Islands? Yeah, what gave me away? He makes a point of showing off his jacket. The tribal insignia is strewn on our place of the Decacon floor. You from Seattle? The Redmond Barons, actually. No deck? Wow, no Drek? Wow, that place is friggin' insane, chumma. The Seattle shadow slang sounds incredibly awkward when delivered in the Cantonese, but he doesn't seem to notice. Good to meet you, too. He gives you an awkward smile. It's clear that this guy doesn't get out much. Is there anything specific here that you want to see? Yeah, I'm checking out the F7 Future Cyber decks. I'm at 5.5 Cyber 7. It's barely kind of these days. I want to see what they're coming out with next year, and I've heard that they've got a demo station. Wow, you have the ESP Control 5 down. So tell me, what's your favorite ESP for inclusion operations? I like Blast Hammers personally. Heard of it? Open source development by Southeast Asian decking community. Does a number on blocker ICs. Blast Hammers is old how, and most of the big corps can easily counter it. Keep relying on the relic, you're going to wind up on the morgue. That is pretty harsh, but we have heard of it. Wow, really? Wow, he tugs at his collar. Suddenly he's out. I didn't know. Most websites don't. Blast Ham is fine for low-sec operations. Beyond that, you're gonna have to sell out some new yen for a professional verb solution. We don't be too mean. Thanks for advice. He looks a bit awkward. His voice takes on an apologetic. I'm kind of new in town, in case you haven't guessed. It's alright. I am too. He nods miserably. I don't really like small talk that much. It isn't my thing. Gotta go. See ya. He's cool. I like that guy. Your comlink cracks to life and ears blink hiss. Isabel. Okay, I'm jacked into Admiral static and then can work with it. Are you in position yet? Not yet. Waiting in position. Go in position near the VIP entrance. Your ears fill with shoulder and use Kioskis. Remember, perfect persona. Use perfect persona to God, why can't I pronounce that word? Coast has to talk to you. Copy that. While you get in there, I'll start working on the VIP access and locate where the line goes dead. Got it. I'll sign away immediately. Signal me. There's no response. Where could he is not. Okay, cool. Off in the distance, the perfect persona kiosk shines like a beacon. The rest of the show floor is active. Merchants selling hardware and software. Deckers milling about a Solomon process, leading into a block of vendors. Machines that are passing on the food court. Damn it, I wanted to talk to more people, but we gotta get on with the run. We gotta get on a run. We can't keep Isabel rating. It's something to do when I replay this game. The perfect persona, Koskes flicks with life as you approach. A debug menu pops up on the screen along with a text prompt in all caps. Hyujin, enter following key code to encode blah 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 blah. Enter the key code. You tap the code into Koskes keyboard. A moment later, a series of 5 loud popping sounds rattle your homelink earpiece. Isabel's voice fills your ear, crisp, cleaner than it was before. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me, Hyujin? Yeah, I can hear you. What's that? A comlink code for the Koskes connected with your comlink via direct link. A hint of smugness creeps into her voice. That's this way we can be bypassed using a comm signal entirely. Clever. I know. As long as you remain within a couple of feet of the Koskes, we shouldn't have any problems. 1 to 2 far outside the range, we're gonna get static again. Got it. Alright, now, so we're gonna link up. Give me a few seconds, I'll locate Rhombus. You hear the sounds of rattling keystrokes, a couple with Isabel muttering under her breath. The line falls silent, the silence stretches. 10 seconds, 20. Then you hear Isabel explode. What the hell? He already has one? What the fuck does Rhombus merit a VIP pass? When I don't. Let me guess, this one playing as a frails, another one on sideways, happens every time. Wait, he's already a VIP area? She rolls into your AP is fuming. I'm twice the decker he is, and everybody knows it. What makes him VIP and I'm not? Calm down, Isabel. At least we know where he is. She takes a moment to calm herself. You almost feel the heat of her anger radiating through the earpiece. Alright, I know which room he's staying in now. Another strange silence. Just give me a few minutes to upgrade your VIP upgrade. The line goes dead. A few seconds, a series of clinks interrupt your ear. Your PDA blinks. You are receiving a video chat request. Answer the call. Oh no, Isabel blossoms on the screen, along with a pair of towering security guards. The lines connecting cards for Admiral Terminal hang loose from socket. I'm gonna ask you again, what the hell are you doing here? Take your time and make sure you tell me the truth. I'll know if you don't. Isabel stammers out helplessly. Well, I'm just looking for a person who ordered this coffee. What? You were looking for him in the Matrix? And besides, you don't have coffee, so try that again. She continues to sputter. Her eyes dart towards the screen, fixate on you. You can see her desperation. Well, I need to, Alright, Isabel, listen up. Say what I say, you'll be fine. Say okay if you understand me. Okay. This last chance. Start talking sense, or you spend the night with the HKPF. Okay, sorry, I'm just nervous. I've never been in trouble before. My co-workers on me. We're gonna go with the first one. I'm sorry, I'm just nervous. I've never been in trouble before. I'm sorry, I'm just nervous. Words come out rehearsed, but with a tinge with genuine panic to be plausible. I've never been in trouble before. The guard glances at Code Park. We don't have time for this. Just kick around and be done with it. The guard in front of Isabel straightens up. Yeah, you're probably right. She looks down at Isabel, hands on her hips. I'm gonna let you go with a warning this time. But this is only once. If I catch you anywhere near this room again, I'm gonna turn you over to police. Got it. Bye. You got. Don't argue with her. Just let them kick. Just let them kick you out of the room. She clenches her jaws and looks up. I've got. Yes, sir. Good call. Oh, that was really cool. The line goes quiet and she moves over. She moves out of the server room. Damn. Okay, we're playing as Isabel now. What damn nightmare this turned into? I'm sorry, Hyujin, but I couldn't get you a VIP access. You got Rhombus' room number, right? Yeah, I got it. I can take you there. The only problem is without VIP access, you can't open the door without sounding. There's a picture of PA flickers worryingly. A moment later, Isabel returns to the screen, and let you in from the side. That's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to make my way down and open the door. I lost a bit of that. We're going to have communication problems again? Maybe. Maybe a bit. I'm still using the Koskes to talk to you. But now, I'm not jacked in and I can't write a message directly for it. Please stay put. If you lose the Koskes, I'm going to have serious communication issues. Got it. Oh, and I may need your help if I run into more people. Hyujin, in case I haven't guessed, I'm not exactly a social butterfly, and if things go loud, I'll really need your help. I got your back. Let's do this. Okay, let's just... Okay, wow, we're playing as Isabel now. That's a shock. Inspect. Info about conference, schedule, okay, cool. Okay, that's where we're meant to be going. Never like it. Let's have a little look around first. Nothing in here, just set dressing, nice. Oh. Okay, nothing in here. Isabel outline goes fuzzy for a moment and she sets foot on the elevator. Loud rhythmic rushes over the dormant and the low end of your PDA speakers. It sounds a bit like a rotations of a helicopter. Heads up, Isabel, we're going to get a lot of interference here. A slim elf in his mid-carry steps aside to let Isabel's floor select panel. He looks weird, jury, steaming up the gills. Most likely. There's no telling how long it's been since he's gotten a wink of sleep. Isabel punches a button on the ground floor. Working the show, huh? That has to be hard. The elf smiles at Isabel, expression affordable. I'm tempted to blow off some work and check out the Costco. I can't pronounce that word. I'm really sorry. Maybe take a panel or two. Yeah, it's tough, alright? I wish I could just drop everything and explore. She started repeating your words and forced instant sensory. It's tough, alright? I just wish I could drop. She falls silent again. You stare straight at the man's VPA badge. Isabel, what's wrong? Her eyes remain locked onto the man's badge. Dang, huh? It's an interesting street name. You been decking under it long? A couple years now. He smiles. Longer than anyone else has used the handle. I don't know what you're doing, but be careful. If she heard you, doesn't acknowledge it. I know who you are. You're the one who shut down Kaloon's power grid, Kaloon's city grid 6 months ago. He clears his throat. Yeah, that was me. Just keep it between ourselves, though. All right. That little stunt screwed over a lot of local deckers. Her voice is soft, but you can detain a defined undertone of hostility. Carlo and shook up nasty hits the dump shock because of it. You wrecked the grid while they were jacked into their home machines. My team was in blind. They needed a power outage right there and then, or were cooked, so I gave them one. I was the best solution to a bad situation. Let's leave it at that. An icy silence descends between the elevator. A few seconds later, Isabel pierces it. There was this Decker. She lived out in Hyoi, called herself Spinster. She was a good person. Now she's in the ground. She never came back out. She never came back out of the coma your stunt put her into. Oh god. Another long pause. Slowly down, it sends his hands to the imaginary break. It's snap out of it is. We aren't here for this guy. We can't afford to start shooting yet. She balls her hands in her fist. You can read her tension in her body language. She's biting her tongue. At least that's why I heard. I'm just a caterer. I'm not a decker myself. She stares down at Isabel. The smile vanished from his face. Yeah, sure you're not. You come to get me, haven't you? To take your revenge on your friend. Did her people put a contract out on me? Is that it? I'm not a decker, honestly. I'm just a kiterer who spends way too much time looking at Shadowrun's BBS. Which one do I think Isabel could pull off better, is the question. Do I think Isabel could pull off a threat? Do I think this guy's gonna take a threat well? Because Isabel strikes me as a person who does. Isabel spends a lot of time on Shadowrun BBS. That's not a lie. Yes, I took a contract, but I decided not to go through it. The elevator stops. when the elevator stops, that's not gonna go well, I don't think. Neither is this one, so I'm gonna go with the first one. I'm not a decker. I'm a carrier who spends too much time. The abrupt connection cuts out. Please, Isabel, don't do anything stupid right now. The static pops up, hisses 10 seconds. 20, and finally the picture world was back in life. Kindigan's mid-sentence, practically frothing with rage. Did what I did? I did what I had to do. If you were in my possession, you would have done the same. If you would have to gotten them killed. He shouts. The sound of the reverts. Cramps confines the elevator car. There's no third way out of this situation. Isabel starts to respond. The anger is clearly cutting into. I would not have Isabel stop. Listen to me. She stops shouting. What? Biotech. Damn. We don't have biotech. You're crazy, an insane person, and when I get out of this elevator, you're going to hotel security. Isabel can't pull off serenity, sincerity well. That's not going to go over well. We're just going to... I don't want to go loud though. Oh, alright. Which one's gonna go? Well, tell him if he does. He's a dead man. Tell him you're with the Yellow Lotus. This man doesn't see. Why? Okay. We're gonna go with this. We're going to go with the apologize option, because the Yellow Lotus one's probably going to be the most effective, but apologizing one... I don't want to start shooting. Apologize to him. It sounds like you mean it. That's the only way we're going to get out of this. You hear a dull, grated sound of the teeth. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend you. I'm just upset sometimes. You're damn right I'm offended. You come at me like I'm a crazy person. The comments cut out again. This is getting old. As quick as it went, the picture flicks back into the PDA screen. Pending, it looks calm now. The LA is descending. Remember what we discussed? You kept your cool, and let this turn out well for both of us. We lived and let live. Understood? Yes. I don't want to be in trouble. I don't want to be in any trouble with you from your first place. I'm just glad that it's all a misunderstanding. Please, don't take this the wrong way, but I'll be happier if this is the last I ever see of you. The feeling's mutual. The car stops and slides to a halt, and the elevator goes, slides doors open. The decker is the only one who doesn't get off. Enjoy the rest of your show. Now get a move on, Isabel. Oh my god, I didn't expect to have to get Isabel like this. Oh my god, this is a much stressful run than I expected. Oh my god, this is a much more stressful run than I expected. The hallway is blocked by a trio of struggling bodies. A blackout drunk troll hangs slung between a pair of cursing... Oh, this run, it's only me and Isabel. The two most unsocial people in the party, because we're both weird deckers. I'm actually surprised that a blackout drunk troll hung between a pair of cursing security guards, only one male and one female. As you watch, they struggle voraciously to drag her down the hall. The troll's voice comes out in hyperted roar. Unhand me, you fools! The older of the two guards, a middle-aged man with a pompadour haircut, struggles with his might to keep the prisoner's flailing arms considered. Hey, let her go, Hoyi. She has the strength of 10 men. Yes, sir. You recognize her as the guard who's standing by the employee entrance on the show floor. How she got roped into patrol hurling duty is anyone's guess. The security captain locks eyes with Isabel. He barks out an order. Clear the hall. Stay nothing. With an exaggerated motion, the troll swings her head towards Isabel. You, dwarf girl, help me. She helps mightily, the vibrations in your ear. These dreck heads want me to leave because I'm a troll. What's happening? God damn it, Isabel. What's happening here? None of your business. You're not even hotel staff. You shouldn't be back here at all. He hugs the troll's arm and lets his chest hugs the troll's left arm and his chest with all the strength despite trying to carry her way down. She lifts her feet a few inches off the floor and then swamps back and forth, lets out an audible whisper. Now, clear. Clear the way. Report to your manager. Quit fighting me, damn it, before I talk to him before you. We don't have social light. The formal guard stares at Isabel. Recognition draws on her face. Hey, I remember you. You said that you had to meet some caterers up at 6. What are you doing down here? Tom. So I was just checking to see if anybody down here wanted a drink. Just checking if anyone want a drink. You want a Majoto? The man strains against the troll's drunken efforts as blow before his. You should hold still. You shouldn't hold still. Be here, even to offer drinks. The troll looks down on Isabel's issues and asks, "Ignore these pigs and help me. I'll take the one on the left and you'll take the one on the right." The troll bulks against the guard's grasp, nearly breaking free of them. They double down on their attempts to hold her. Isabel says into PA, she looks interested. To hell with this, it was wasting time. We got a schedule to keep. We got intelligence 5. Nice, thank you. Her hands move towards her weapon. What do you mean, what schedule? Tell them the catering schedule. We're serving desserts in 15 minutes. The dessert schedule, we're dishing out pies in 15 minutes. The guards look up at our boss. The security captain strains against the continuous of the captive flailing his arms. Obvious to everyone but his own struggle. Look, just hurry back down to the kitchen and get out of there. She steps aside past Isabel. Good job, Isabel. There's a brief pause, then she mutters a response under her breath. The bike merely picks this up. This is exhausting. No improvisation from me. I'm done with this. From now on, I'm on your parrot. Just tell me what to say, and I'll say exactly that. Haven't you been doing that? If that's the way you want to play it, sure. We just go with this is Isabel's run. We're trying to. Okay, cutscene stuff there. Okay, cool. Let's get Hoyi in here. Let's get Hugh Jin in here if we can. Oh damn. Oh my god, really? An impressive-looking man in a stark white coat blocks the hallway. He turns and recognizes familiar pasty magic and more insignia on his lapels. He fixes a gaze on his ball. The expression on his face is anything but happy. What are you doing back here? We went over this in the staff meeting in the morning. I'm the only one covering this area. The VIPs are to be handled by managers only. You should be covering the whole floor. We don't actually know the names of people, and I don't get innocent people in trouble at their work in Shadowrun, so we're gonna go. I got turned around. These hotels all look the same to me. These hotels all look the same to me. Looks like she was telling the truth after her encounter with the guard. She repeating the same thing, anything you said verbatim. Turned around. That sign's all over the place. He checks. His cheek slowly begins to turn red. Oh no. What are you doing wandering around back here? You should be one in 2 places, the show hall and the kitchen, period. I don't know, I'm new here. Yeah, no shit, I don't reckon. You become dimly aware figures looming behind you in the conventional. New here? You must be joking, woman. You're on the kiosk for 20 minutes now. Wait, excuse me, what? He leans against his face. You can still taste the onions on his breath. I said it's time to get off the damn demo kiosk. You're hogging it for way too long, and there's a line here. Just give me 5 more minutes and it's all yours. God damn it, yeah, I knew it was this. Just give me 5 minutes and it's all yours. What's all mine? What are you talking about? You aren't even one of the employees, are you? Do I need to get security? Okay. Okay, cool. Okay, I see what this is. I said that's enough. I've been following the devs of this software for months now. I've traveled 17 hours to try it out myself. You do not get to tell me that I flew here for nothing. Get the hell off the kiosk, I'm calling security. Calm down, let's talk about this. This doesn't need to get violent. Violent? He rears back his red face. Violent, are you threatening me? Okay, cool. Violent, you think I'm threatening you to hurt you? He records in defense. I never said I would do anything like that. Don't blow things out of proportion. Okay. Look, I'm here to do a job. Get out of my hair and I'll let you do it. And let me do it. And I'll be on my way. This won't... I don't know if this will work with him because technically he's meant to be our boss. You call me. The truth is I'm recording. That won't really work. I think there's been a terrible misunderstanding here. How's he gonna react to this? He's offended, the other guy's angry. It's a calming thing. The job one, I don't know how well that's gonna go. We're gonna go with there's been a terrible misunderstanding here. No, I understand what's going on here completely. You don't think rules apply to you. I hate people like you. I think maybe I will go to security here. Have them teach you a lesson about sharing. I think there's been a terrible misunderstanding here. Misunderstanding? I don't think so. There's no way only one of my employees. He must have stolen the uniform. He slaps the button on the PDA he's wearing on the wrist. Here, the guards are coming this way. You little maniac enjoy talking to them about this. There's a moment of deathly silence. Then Isabel's voice, calm and steady, comes into your ear. Hyojin, I'm going to need some backup. She reaches for a silver gun. Kick down the VTA door and hightail it my way. You wouldn't mind if you wouldn't mind. Things are going to get messy. Yeah, I'm on it. The decker in front of you must have seen what's going on. The expression doesn't like me. Slowly, he begins to back up. Damn it. The decker in front of you must see. God damn it. No. No. The doors apply to make a holocone pie and a rattle. Nice try so far, yeah. This didn't go well, but we're a decker with a very powerful drone. This door apparently is made out of a hollow cat pine of rare modern day Hong Kong. It would take not much effort to knock off its hinges. An alarm system has been linked to the doorway, but the building alarm's already blaring. Kicking down the door is never make any difference. Okay, break it down. We don't... Okay, so this is why I do the drone, because it's good backup. 99. That's exactly what we need. Isabel... I can't even get into any cover with her. Actually I can, it's just a bit further away. Okay, we got a bit more chance. No! Oh my god! No! Oh! Oh god. Okay, I can't see those. Yeah, they coming. That's not what I intended to happen, but damn, I didn't expect Isabel to be carrying such a powerful weapon on her. I'm gonna be honest. I can't really do anything with my main character. Oh damn it, oh wow, okay, damn, that's not much. Okay, alright, we're going loud now. The best made plans of Shadowrun, as he's... God, that guy's an innocent. I know innocents get caught in crossfire. Don't like it happening still. It's unprofessional. He's a jerk, but he didn't deserve to die like that. Alright, so let's see what we got. We can't go into these. Open door. Hey buddy, we all did this quickly. I've got a drone, an angry dwarf, so please do not start anything. As you bust through the door, you find yourself standing in face-to-face with a small, heavily tattooed man. Geometric shapes of all depictions are traced across the way of his temple down to his cheeks and neck of his shoulders. His eyes continue in their teeth. Each of them in iris is a slanted rectangle. We might need more. Yeah, we probably need a better drone than mine. Rhombus looks at Isabel and sighs. If he's surprised to see it, he doesn't show it. You finally want them back, huh? The memories that we locked away. I always knew that you would. You would want. I always knew that you would one day. But you got so hostile after the procedure. I didn't think you would come around this soon. Isabel growls at him. Her cheeks darken. I'll get bent, Rhombus. I got hostile with you because you got hostile with me. Like hell I did. I tried to give you some advice, as a friend. If memory serves, you called me a patronizing bastard and snagged my deck. Was I just supposed to take it without punching back? Well, hang on a sec. Isabel cuts in. Her normal small voice growing raucous. Raucous? I called you a patronizing bastard because that's what you were being. You wouldn't even take a toll if I was a guy or an orc or a troll. You talk down to me like I was a little sister or something. Well, guess what? I'm not. Well, hold up. I talked away because she shouts over and clapping a chow. Also, punch back, that's a funny way of putting it. You tailored an ESP to troll all of my posts on Shadowrun. What kind of prick would do something like that? His face goes battery, his cheek puffs out. The kind whose cat you had killed, you little monster. Captain Whiskers was just a house cat. He didn't have anything to do. What the hell is happening? She rears back. That wasn't me. I would never hurt a cat. If I was going to kill, if I was going to have someone killed, it wouldn't have been you. There's a lot to take in there. I'm just looking at my choices for dialogue and I'm like, pipe number, you're gonna have a harsh, we're gonna have a yeah, they are both teenagers. Both of you, shut up, we're just going with that. The moment of stunned silence, then Rhombus licks his lips and speaks. Let me ask you something. How many people did you kill to get to me? I mean, what kind of death toll are we looking at here? I'm assuming the gunshots in the hallway you're doing. Listen, man, I'm already feeling bad about this, so don't give me a reason to add another to the list. That wasn't my choice, it's how things went down. Yeah, that's right, and if you don't play along the cards right, we're going to shortly come down. That wasn't my choice, it's just how things went down. Yeah, sure. His eyes dart to side, then he screams, help! Security! Somebody help! They can't hear you, Rome. Well, you know why? Because we killed them. Now give me the goddamn key. Rhombus doesn't even respond, other than to increase the pitch of his screaming. He looks like he's on the verge of hyperventilating. She glances at you. To hell with this, let's just hit him like a PR until the software comes out. Sounds like a plan? Dear God, Isabel can be cold sometimes. I prefer to take a lighter touch and look at this guy. He's terrified. I prefer to take a lighter touch. This guy's just terrified. Just look at him. He nods variously right out. I'll give her what she wants. I'll give her anything. Good, now put your money where your mouth. Good, now put your money where your mouth is and give me the software. He turns into a serious rapid of commands on his PDA, then turns to Isabel, sobbing. There, just check your inbox. You have it now. For the sake of whatever friendship we might have, please just let me go. Isabel examines the PDA, frowning. A few seconds later, she turns with a frown to smile and nods at you. He wasn't lying. You got the encryption key. Let's stuff him into a closet and go home. Encryption key. I thought you said you had some software you needed. Technically I have it. She taps the temple. Up here. Hardware. Headwear storage, but I can't access it without the key, and thanks to Rhombus now, here I got it. Isabel, what is this really about? Recovering my own memories. One's about Vault City. I still have them, but I can't get them. Rhombus did that after I moved here. At your request, you little psycho, you begged me to do it. That's actually true, we were friends then. She looks out of the floor, she looks down at Rhombus, who lies whimpering. Okay, he's on the floor. I'm about to say, how is she looking down at someone? I'm whimpering on the floor. Now we're not. And that's why you're getting stuff in a closet. She's really insistent on stuffing him in a closet. Like, really. You set upon the grim task of shoving protested runners in his own room closet and latching the door. You managed to get him inside without having to break any of his bones. He probably has bruises, though, tomorrow, though. Come on, Hyujin. We got what can. Let's go. Suddenly, an explosion fills your ears. Heavy footfall advancing down the hall. You hear a shotgun and crack of radios for HKPF. Oh, the son of a bitch. Roy must have called the cops. They probably got a panic button or something. She casts a hateful glare to the closet door, then grabs her silver gun. Get ready, Hyujin. We're gonna have company. Okay, we can't. So we're gonna have to go out in the hallway. God damn it. Yep, we have to go in the hallway. I don't even see them. So Hyujin, get down here because you're a little decker. Well, you're both deckers, so this is gonna be weird. The drone is gonna do the work. Cool. Isabel, get behind here because you have better guns than us. Is that person gonna try and punch my drone? Oh no, it's acid. Okay, that hurt my drone. That also hurt it. Damn, none of these people are close together anymore. But this person's a mage, so you know, let's just take them out. Still have ammo? No. You know what? Worth a shot. You know what? I'll say it's worth a second shot. Yeah, okay, cool. Can I even heal up my drone from here? No, I can't. It's too far out of the way. I'm just gonna... Is there any, like... Cool, let's just get in here. Miss. Miss. Oh, that's a lot of damage. Okay, so I'm gonna have to move my drone up to get better... stuff. I mean, I might use self-heal on him so he can heal. I need to switch your gun over, so that's what we need. Hyujin, can you mark any targets? No, you can't, because you can't see them. Let's go off that, go here. Miss. Ooh, that's a miss. Okay, they're flanking, that's not great. That's what I want to do. Isabel, if she hits, can get rid of that person, then move up. I should have done her first, should do Hyujin first, because, you know, she can actually mark targets. God damn, okay, that's one. Oh god, that's a grenade. That's fine. Hyujin, mark this target for me. Drone, apparently... okay, so if I can hit this guy, that's what we need. It's not a lot of damage, but we're hurting both of them. Damn. Let's reload this and see if we can get more use out of it. I think my drone's gonna survive, because he's not taking that much damage. Okay, she moved. Okay, that's a really dumb thing to move to, I'm gonna be honest. Okay, let's just move up into this defensive position. My drone! I wonder which one we're gonna attack. Damn, how did you miss with that, Isabel? Alright. I honestly didn't expect missing with that. I am surprised. Let's keep marking target. Isabel, let's just switch over to normal gun because it's, you know, easier. God, I love my drone. This is going to be a very short turn because, hey, can't do anything. Just turn back on control mode. Nothing really happened there. Yeah, you can't turn it back on. Okay, end turn. 3 damage, yeah, alright. Control mode. Back onto the line. Yeah, that's not gonna stay. Oh wow, I actually went out on my drone. Isabel. They're gonna die. Cool. That went surprisingly well. Now we just... If these guys are gonna move us, that went surprisingly well. We just need to make it out of the convention hall now, which isn't gonna go... Oh wait, we're just going back to Hioi. Damn, that's quick. Damn, that's quick. Hang on, I'm just getting stuff. Sorry, I'm honestly taken back by how long we've been streaming for. I usually stream for 3 hours. Zan, for your information, and I'm just looking back and I was like, damn, we only have half an hour left. I went surprisingly quickly. God. The bus trip back to Kiaitak is quieter than the ride was. Your fellow passengers still crammed on the side seat, barely moving, barely speaking, their DECON 56 t-shirts hanging loose on their frames, and one cherished guest badges have been crumpled into their pockets. You see more lively groups on your way to Teater Morgue. Isabel looks up at you, her eyes full of the same post-con fatigue that you see in everyone else's. She gives you a small smile and taps her temple with a fingernail. You got what you came for. The show's over, it's time to go home. I didn't get a new deck. You need to get one. You need to get a new deck, it's what I'm saving up for. Ah, we got 8 karma, hell yeah. Spend it, because that's all we do. We instinctively spend karma. No. Confirm, our target free. Wow, we are equal to the best troll decker in the world. Good to know. We got to level up our team now. Whoa, God, no. Ewing, don't run we've got like several other things that we need to do. Okay, Goblet. What we got? We got Spiritualist. Summons Shrine Spirit. Shrine Spirits summoned by Goblet are now present for an additional turn before dispelling themselves for a total of 3 rounds. Sure, I need to read what Shrine Spirits are, but I do like just going down the Spiritualist route and the Territorial route. They're looking cool, like Steel Totem. Yeah, no, we'll go with Spiritualist and Garber. No, Isabel. We don't use you a lot. Augmenting weapon mini launcher. Well, now applies napalm charges inside the enemy. That should be really useful. To be fair, espionage really useful, but we tend to do the rigging on our own, so decking on our own. So we're gonna do sabotage if we ever bring you along. Duncan, my boy. Duncan Sonic could now increase flashbangs. That has a large AoE, increasing 1 tile. We're gonna go with flashbangs because they deal AP damage. Red Samurai because I just... Oh, Coup de Grace. That's gonna be really good. That's gonna be really good. Augmented Overclock. Nothing. Oh, that'd be really good. Yeah, we're gonna overclock. What the hell? Why wouldn't we? Coup de Grace is really good. Flashbang is really good. Isabel's thing is really good. Goblet's thing is really good. And we're just gonna confirm. Dear God, I just realized, Agachu working with Goblet's spirits, that's deadly combination. Goblet's spirit just needs to hit a thing twice, and then Gachu can come up and just murder it. Oh, what a boy. What a boy. What a combo. Anyway, we're going to talk to this guy, because we haven't actually talked to him before. Ambrose looks up from what appears to be a houseworking drone on the operating table. drum up and get me the defibrillator paddles, Hugin. I'm installing some headers of this guy's liver, and we're gonna need to shock him back to life. Ambrose burst into laughter, but seriously, hand me the loop. What can I do for you today? Have you been having dreams, Ambrose? Nightmares? Nightmares. Hell, Hugin, that's all my life. I curl up with a bottle of vodka and a handful of pills every night, but if you mean the toothy hunting horror dream, yeah, I've been having it. Shit, it's just for one more nightmare. Ambrose drops his voice and leans forward in his wheelchair. Let me tell you, though, I've been having a brisk business in sleeping aids. Just today, someone asked me for some ketamine. Ketamine. That stuff is horse tranquilizer. What the hell do they think what the hell made them think of that? Can you think of any medical reason that we'd all be having the same nightmare? Nope. Even if it were all doing the same, something similar intensity, it shouldn't happen. Our experiences are all too different. I've heard mages and shamans who somehow are connected to each other, sharing dreams, but that's all. Ambrose waved his hand dismissively. Hell, what do I know? I'm not a doctor. I'm just a guy who subscribes to psychological monstrous. If you want to know something about dreams, that's crafty. My formal diagnosis is something's fucking weird going on. Thanks, Ambrose. No problem, just doing my time job. You come from the UCAS Midwest. How do you land in Hong Kong? Ambrose bites one of his nails and regards you with a hint of suspicion. Well, that's a long story and kind of personal. It involves some jobs, a girl, a real good reason to leave Chicago, and a whole shit ton of guns and money. Girl was involved getting you here, huh? There was. He shrugs awkwardly to make light of it, his voice hit with a hint of strain in it. That's a story for another time. Guns and money are involved, that sounds like a good story. Shadowrunning? Yeah, stuff like that. Ambrose smiles, he warms up a little. I was a hardcore vehicle rigger back then, before Johnny Law cracked down on the road rigs. Man, they were the cowboy days. Freaky as hell, but great to remember. Ambrose gets a wistful look on his face. We'd rebuild trucks in a truck shop, reinforce their frames, bolt on armor, mod the suspension robotics, drive them right through a front window of a building, and bash the inside Lone Star crews on the way out. Good times. You do that in Hong Kong. You get some auto barrackers and a missile and amir, crying shame. Anyway, I need to get out of Chi Town, spread my wings. A nearby spider and fidgets. You know how it goes. Chicago. Are you following the news of the quarantine? Oh yeah, the bug quarantine. Amber's face darkens. It's a horrible thing that happened there. My old hood is now a containment zone. Lots of good peeps locked behind walls. Wait. It's a different Sharon. Supposedly it's an insect spirit, but it's being covered up. It is insect spirits. I know, I saw the leaked material too. Some of the footage is pretty convincing. Ambrose shakes his head. Megavats, plague, bug spirits, I'm not sure which is more scarier. God, I remember... when I started, way back when we were doing, what is it? What was the one? It was Dragonfall. When we were doing Dragonfall, I was in a Shadowrun game. Like, the game's going on, but it was very fun and very entertaining. Thanks to the GM for running that game for us. We had a guy who was like one person was like, hey, I want to be from Earthdawn, and the GM was like, okay, but we managed to do it, and his backstory is he just ended up in the Chicago during its insect plague stuff because of Earthdawn's law, and like he made like vows and like stuff to hunt down the insect spirits, and that's how he ended up there. The first few sessions, he had no idea what any of us were talking about with comlinks. It was very funny. We had to teach him how to use a phone. think about it. We got at least 4 HMHVV variants. I think it's only a matter of time until we get zombies. I'm pretty sure Raise Dead is a spell, actually. Or Animate Dead. Ambrose gives a shiver. The near robotic arms tremble briefly. I'd take zombies over bug spirits things. Tell you what. Hong Kong seems like a long way to just go to get a break from Chicago. Ambrose smiles, but there's a steely look in his eyes. Sometimes a guy needs a change of scene. Hey, it's a grand digging up wreckage of a past, Eugene, but time's wasting. I left Chicago, I landed in Kong. After a while running in Kong shadows, I landed in Chrome Alley. That's the reality gist of it. Now we better get back to earning a living. You got pretty banged up. Why didn't you install some robotic limbs? Because having a wheelchair with a bunch of robotic arms is just way cooler. Sorry. Ambrose taps his temple with one of his only remaining fingers. Because I'm already chromed to the gills. I don't look it, but I've got quite a suit. Quad jacks, non-soft radio, skillware, tactical computer, a whole bunch of rigger wear. He lifts a dirty t-shirt and reveals a pair of tubes emerging from his side, running down into the wheelchair. Check it out, I've got an artificial liver in my chair. I want to keep my last essence. I've come to like my humanity and don't want to turn into a Walking Dead. Good call then. That's a lot of chrome. Yes, it is. I didn't start my career as a bone saw. Ambrose stretches him donsely with a robotic arm. Listen, I gotta talk about my career more than the next guy, but right now, besides some kind of personal subject, you looking for something today? Actually, let's see if we a VA engine and a box of chocolates. Hang on, what? Ambrose burst into laugh. I like you. You got good taste, but the engine is family. Seriously, what do you want, Cyborg? We can't actually afford any. Wait, we can afford Cyberware. Wait, what? Oh, wait, what? Hang on. 1,000 yen. We got 1,000 yen, yeah. Oh, we need a Cyberware affinity to get Cyberware in this game. Understood. What cyber weapons even are there? There's Ares Razor Hands, Cyber Spurs, Shock Hands, and then Monofiber Whip. I love the cyberpunk genre. Just taking everything from our good old person who ran Neuromancer, William Gibson. Yeah, William Gibson. That's the name. Let's get back to the boat and get our payday, and then make our way, and hopefully we'll have enough for a new deck. Hopefully. And then we need to talk to some other people. But we are coming up on time. Oh! Hello everybody! Didn't expect to see you here. You enter the crawler and you find your crew gathered around waiting for you. Isabel has her head buried in her PDA. The rest of the team are standing watching her to be patient. What's going on? Isabel paces up back, deciding how to begin. I'm doing my homework on Joseph Sang and Sang's medical services. You're pacing, so tell me what you found. Tell me you found something. Like, oh yeah, I found something, alright. Isabel lifts her PDA and her face consults with notes. In 2011, Sang Medical Services was a D-level corp, flooding the shallow end of Hong Kong's corporate pool. That's when Joseph Shu married into the family. Joseph, though big. Josephine for big. Josephine, that's how you meant to be pronouncing it. God damn, my brain just clicked it. Never mind. She was convinced of a massive project that would catapult the TMS into the big time. Something she called the Prosperity Project. Prosperity, that was what Raymond was murmuring about. What's a Prosperity Project? Once upon a time in the 90s, the walled city was a dense populated slum, something like 30,000 people crammed into 6.5 acres. Wait, I've heard this story before. It's a shithole, hell on earth, yada yada yada. That's today's World Sea, the second World Sea. The first World Sea started its life over 100 years ago and lasted both world wars and almost through the Awakening. It was torn down in 1994, which the government had finally had enough. It had become such a haven for criminals that the cops would only enter in large, well-armed groups. This is all true. My only confusing thing, as I noticed my connection tank, never mind, is why it was teared down in the Shadowrun universe. It could just have been the same one. Also, I'm noting Richter's cyber arm that I haven't noticed before. Anyway, groups. Sounds familiar. In 2021, Josephine Sang proposed a vision of a new type of low-income housing project, the Project Prosperity, a self-contained, low-cost walking neighborhood for the poor, but on a grander scale. The Prosperity Project would give Hong Kong's poor the flood of refugees pouring into the country's place where they could call their own, something that felt more permanent than the sprawling tents that sustainlessly sprang up around the First World Sea was demolished. The Prosperity Project would replace the tent city and would symbiotically build on the site of Old World Sea. The slogan was "A place of dignity where prosperity begins." The apartments weren't much bigger than the space you'd get in your average coffin motel, but they were built around a plaza and marketplaces and contained goods and services catering to the poor. The government forgot the lessons of the last World Sea. They loved the idea of containing the refugees and the poor to the full densely populated blocks. I kept them out of the public eye. Securing the content capsule, Sang mechanized services fortuned ahead. It eventually put Josephine Sang onto the executive council. That doesn't line up. How did she get so powerful building a slum? It's a very big slum. Apparently, there's also begins a series of lucrative building contracts that propelled TMS into the big time. Where's Raymond coming into this? Raymond Black doesn't come into it all, but Edward Zhang does. Josephine's husband or son? Son. Emerald Black actually knows. Raymond Black actually knows Edward Sang, the only son of Josephine Sang and her late husband, Breakwater Sang. Edward was in charge of laying the groundwork for World Sea, elevating industries, running power lines, sewage, that kind of thing. So our secret foster grandmother is trying to kill us. I'm saying that, screw it, I'm saying that. It looks that way, yeah. Richter chuckles to himself softly. Wait, this doesn't make any sense. Remember the massive grey water leak that flooded the basement back in 48? When we got back from camping trip in Siash, Ray screamed bloody murder about it. Wu nods, smiling. I've never seen him so angry. He sobers. But did Raymond know how to fix it? No. Ray didn't know the first thing about sewer lines. He hired a small army of plumbers, probably paid him double what the job was worth to fix that, and it still took almost 2 months to get the leak under control. And Josephine put him in charge of the utilities. No wonder the World Sea smells like that. I don't think Raymond had anything to do with utilities in World Sea. So if this man was not in charge of utilities for a project, what was he doing there? I don't know, but Edward Sang disappeared from the public eye shortly after Prosperity was complete, around 2031, so we got 20 years in the future. That's about the time he moved to Seattle, around 7 years before he found us. But what happened to World Sea? And what would make Raymond go back in there after all these years? That's... I don't know, but I tend to find out. Oh, full comment, nice. And everyone just goes back to their place. Good for them. Get some rest. Let's just go to strength. No, not strength. Cool. I know it says a line here, but I don't know what that line is. That line's on literally everything. Huh, that's weird. Is it still there? If I go and spend comment, oh okay, it's still there. That's weird. Anyway, let's go get paid. And then we got like 10 minutes, so we'll probably buy something. Workstation and a mission computer, blah 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 blah. We got 3 unread messages. We're probably gonna read them after we go to access BBS. Claim pay data. Claim pay data for the museum manifest. Thank you for the new yen. Claim it for the Wuxing logistic data. Thank you for the new yen. Hey Kyujin, I was able to cut out the priority bits of the file that we received from work for a few new yen. But there's a lot of junk and data none of the buyers wanted. I decided to archive the leftover paperwork, request orders. Nothing special, but I figured to keep it in hand. Thank you, Isabel. We got new messages, so let's read these. Urgent problem. Out of town. Data retrieval. Okay, probably more runs. Which we will take. We got so many runs to go on. I hope you're enjoying your newfound success in Shadows. I've got another job for you, on one that should prove lucrative indeed. I've been connected to an employee of the Eastern Tiger Corporation, and he needs you to steal some research, data, and biological samples from his employee. The man's name is Tiger Ra. Until recently, he was a researcher at a genetic engineering project. He was cagey with details, but I gather it's centered around the phenotypic alteration, postnatal genetic enhancements. Unfortunately for Rai, he's got a conscience. Stupid man. Lucky for us, he's willing to pay to have his conscience soothed. Rai's project was apparently quite horrible experience on living children. Totally disregarding for biomedical ethics and safety, and when Wright raised concerns, he was taken off the project. He's decided to step out of bounds of the law and expose wrongdoings to the world. The snag, you see, is that his wife and children live in Seoul. Not quite the heart of Thermal Tiger's power, but close enough. He's afraid that if he releases the information himself, he'll be taken prisoner and used as leverage. The idiot should have thought of that before, but that's not our problem. The samples and the data currently on the Eastern Tiger cargo ship, the MV Naoachi, sailing near Hong Kong, on the way to Seoul. The storm slowed the ship down, so you don't have to go right away, but don't take too long. Once you have the data samples, you'll call over Wright and attach his number. You'll get your instructions on how he wants to inform the leak. When you're ready, let me know and we'll arrange transit to the captain, Jomo. He's located in Johor, Jawa pirates and smugglers, but don't let that put you off. He's as good as any when they get. You'll have to get off the ship without incident. Take the run. Let Captain Jomo be ready. You can find him at the end of the pier with my pilots on. He'll handle everything from there on out. We might actually do that next session, actually. Next stream. Currently showing out of town. I'm not in Hawaii right now, so don't bother coming to see me. We'll talk when I return. Please continue our business venture in the meantime. Lanty. Urgent problem. We have a problem to solve. It's urgent. Meet me at the Mahong Playa. Kindly orders. Train until about. Okay, cool. I've been job directory. View pending jobs. Back to route. Okay, so we didn't actually get paid. For that one. I'm looking at the time. Yeah, we might just. Let me move the thing. Let's go see what Duncan's up to. Okay, cool. We're going to end the stream here. And we're going to talk to everybody and go on the pirate one, I think, next time. Because there's a lot of runs that we have to do. Or we might do the urgent one first, then do the pirate one. Thank you all for coming to the stream. Thank you, Zan Rebel, for showing up, for being a first-time viewer. We'll be carrying on Shadowrun Hong Kong next week. This game just really blew by this week. This surprised me quite a bit. Not gonna lie. For what is it? My brain. Weekend is Althea Riser. We're finally getting into the last dungeon of that game, which is going to be very fun, but it means we're probably going to be doing a lot more side quests to complete everyone's side stories for that game. But that's exciting. And on on Tuesdays, we're starting Devil May Cry 4. That's going to be a new game now. Until next time, I hope you guys have a lovely day, and I will be seeing you next Thursday for more Shadowrun. Until then, again, hope you have a lovely day and a week, and see you then. Goodbye.